The
following is a presentation of TBS Sports.
The Atlanta Braves started July the same way they ended June, red hot. Last night's come-from-behind victory over Montreal stretched their lead in the East to 9.5 games. Matt Franco's slam was the big blow. Tonight, the Braves take on the Expos and their newest addition, Bartolo Colon. That's next on the Superstation. Along with Joe Simpson, Skip Carey, welcoming you to another night of Atlanta Braves baseball. From Turner Field, the Braves and Expos meet in the second game of a 3-game series, and the Braves stay red hot. Funny thing, Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones can't get arrested at the moment. They're struggling with the bat, but every night somebody else seems to step forward, Joe.
Skip, the guys at the bottom part of the order and some of the reserves have really stepped it up for Atlanta. Keith Lockhart had a game-winning homer against the Mets. He had this game-winning double against the Boston Red Sox on Sunday. He is red hot. So is the guy he just drove in there, Darren Bragg. Darren Bragg has been getting on base and going crazy with the bat. He actually was on base 11 different times in the Red Sox series, had a stolen base. He's doing everything to help the Braves win. And last night, I guess you could cap it all off with the grand slam that Matt Franco hit, his first career grand slam. That proved to be a mighty big difference maker. The fans very much appreciated the grand slam, his first of his career, as the Braves went on to win last night. But take a look at some of the things these guys are doing. Keith, 4 for his last 5 with runners in scoring position. And again, Bragg with that great work he did against Boston. Keith is the only one in the lineup tonight, Skip, for the Braves, and he'll be in the lineup against the guy who's going to be making his National League debut, but certainly no stranger to a Major League mound.
No, and no stranger to the Braves. They've faced him a lot in spring training. That's Bartolo Colon, the former Cleveland Indian. Damian Moss will pitch for Atlanta. And let's send it back to TBS Sports Control and Aaron Andrews. Aaron.
All right, Skip, thanks very much. A full slate of action around the majors tonight, including a day-night doubleheader at Fenway Park. Red Sox hosting the Blue Jays in the first game. Top of the 7th, no score. Carlos Delgado, he lifts this one to shallow left. Shea Hillenbrand goes out. Manny Ramirez comes in. Nice sliding catch right there. We'll take another look at this as he robs Delgado. The bottom of that inning, the Blue Jays up 1-0, 2 men on for Lou Merloni. He drives this over Jose Cruz Jr.'s head. Both runners would score, and they would turn out to be the winning runs. And at Yankee Stadium, New York hosting the Indians, where Matt Lawton led off the game with a homer. 3 batters later, Jim Thome cranks out a 2-run shot off of Roger Clemens. That puts the Indians up 3-0. It's Thome's 6th straight game with a homer. And in case you were wondering, the record is 8 straight games with a home run. We've got our eye on everything else around the majors tonight. Coming up, the Braves and the Expos.
Really hurting, so I took control fast with Advil Liquid Gels. Tylenol's no match on tough pain. Advil Liquid Gels are faster and stronger.
You have the strength to get rid of pain faster. Take control. Take Advil.
Some know him as the hottest new star in Hollywood. They know him simply as the People's Champion. Finally, The Rock returns. SmackDown next Thursday on UPN.
Atlanta Braves baseball on TBS Superstation is brought to you by The Home Depot, driving down the cost of home improvement. By Office Depot, what you need to know. By Aflac, ask about it at work. And by Wagner Spray Tech, for professional painting results fast.
Heavy rain and marble-sized hail that hit here about 5:30 may be partially responsible for a light turnout tonight, game 2 of this series between the Braves and the Expos. But let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by EA Sports. It's in the game. Jose Macias, Jose Vidro, and Vladimir Guerrero will start things in the first inning, followed by Will Cordero, and Fernando Tatis. Tatis had a home run in last night's game. The Big Cat is at first base. Bottom third of their order, Cabrera, Barrett, and Colon. For the Braves defensively, Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and Sheffield in the outfield. The only change on the infield is Julio Franco will play first base tonight. Javi Lopez will do the catching, and Damian Moss on the mound for his 14th start. His last work on June 27th at Shea Stadium got rained out after 3 innings. So this will still be his 14th start of the year. He's 4-2, but as you can see, very good luck here at home. 3-0 at Turner Field as he takes on the Montreal Expos tonight.
Macias leads it off, hitting .253, and here we go. High and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Good news, bad news situation with Moss. 80 innings pitched, just 54 hits. That's very good. 80 innings pitched, 42 walks. That's not so good. 1-1 the count. We're just underway in Atlanta. This is a very small crowd. We had heavy rain about an hour and a half ago. 2 balls and a strike for count. Those are your umpires. They, by the way, join us in wishing a speedy recovery to Terry Tata, former National League umpire, just underwent some heart surgery the other day. Terry, get yourself well. 2-2 the count. Out of play, still 2-2.
Damian still tops in the league in average against at 199. Like you were pointing out, Skip, he's given up only 54 hits in 80 innings. If he can cut down on the walks, it'll make his life a whole lot easier. He's fortunate that only 7 of the 42 he's walked have scored.
The 2-2. Right back where it came from. Macias is retired, 1 away. You may be wondering why, with a right-hander on the mound for Cleveland, and after Matt Franco hit the grand slam homer and was the offensive hero of the game last night, why he's not in there. Sort of interesting about how managers think. Bobby Cox had his plan made even before last night's game began. He feels that against Colon's fastball, Julio Franco's the man he wants in there. And he further says having Matt Franco on your bench is also quite a luxury to have. High fly ball to center. That should be easy. Jose Vidro is retired, and 2 are down for Vladimir Guerrero.
Colon's fastball does run a little bit. He can sink it. And for Julio, with the ability to hit the fastball like he can, especially when he doesn't try to pull the ball that much, it may work in Bobby's favor tonight to have Julio out there.
Quite frankly, it hasn't mattered. Lately, whoever he's put in there has been the man.
Yeah, that's right.
Last night, Guerrero hit a 2-out first-inning homer. His 19th of the year. He's hitting .329.
Kind of nice for Bobby when his team tells him push a button, any button, because whoever, like you say, whoever's in the lineup has really been doing the job, whatever it takes. Keith was a guy who wasn't sure he was even going to be back with the Braves this year in the offseason.
High fly ball again to left, but not enough this time. 1, 2, 3, nothing doing at the end of a half inning of play. Montreal nothing. Atlanta comes to bat.
I thought dating again would be tough.
He's cute. Is he younger than me?
Maybe getting rid of my gray hair was just what I needed.
Just for men. More than a hair color, it's a hair rejuvenator. Gray hair is shampooed away in 5 easy minutes. Vitamin Enriched Just for Men brings back a thicker, healthier, natural look.
I wonder how I did tonight.
Would you like to come in?
Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
From the producers of Independence Day and Godzilla, a species is mutating.
What the hell is going on?
Phones are dead.
A mystery is unfolding.
What exactly is that?
We're trapped.
Get out of here!
Oh my God.
And an invasion is beginning.
Get back! You ain't like it!
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, July 19th.
Introducing the Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller. A whole new way to paint. One touch lets you control the paint. The exclusive smooth flow system makes painting neat, quick, easy. The amazing Wagner Quick Touch for professional results fast. The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller, a faster way to paint.
For a special Baseball Weekly offer, log on to TBSSuperstation.com or AOL keyword TBS.
We go to the bottom half of the first inning and check out Bobby Cox's starting lineup tonight for the Braves. For call, Julio Franco and Sheffield will start things in the first inning. Chipper and Andrew bat cleanup in fifth. Vinny Castilla's hit in 5 straight. He'll be in the 6th spot, followed by Javi, Lockhart, and Moss. For the Expos tonight defensively, same alignment as last night, with Cordero, Macias, and Guerrero in the outfield. Tatis, Cabrera, Vidro, and Galarraga third to first. Michael Barrett will do the catching, and on the mound, Bartolo Colon, 29 years old, 6 feet 240, out of Altamira, Dominican Republic. He's in his 5th year. He's outstanding, a 75-45 career record. He was already doing good work with Cleveland with 4 complete games and 2 shutouts in his first 16 starts for the Indians.
Rafael Furcal leads it off and takes a strike. And the bottom of the first is underway. Braves have the biggest lead of any division leader, 9.5 games. And the biggest lead the Braves have had since '98 when they won the division by 18.5 games. Right through there, 1-2. This guy doesn't mess around either.
No, and I was watching him warm up, Skip, and it was very interesting. He didn't even take a windup. He just kind of stepped and threw to the plate, threw 1 changeup, 1 breaking ball. Everything else was a fastball.
Well hit and foul. Braves have won 5 in a row, 11 of 12, 33-9 since May 15th. Things are clucking right along. It's foul again. And if we show it again, it will still be foul.
All aspects of the team really delivering. We talked about the guys at the bottom of the order, the part-time players. Starting pitching's been good. Bullpen has been even better. Clutch hitting.
That one's also foul and out of play. Count stays 1-2.
Smallest crowd of the year was May 29th, 20,162. In fact, that's the smallest in Turner Field history, and that was also against Montreal.
Pop foul back and out of play. Count stays the same.
98 on the last fastball, according to the radar gun. Chipper told me he thought there were 5 different games in spring training one year where the Braves saw Cologne, since they were very close to Lake Buena Vista over in Fairhaven.
Hit hard and fair into the right field corner. That's at least a double. He's going to go for 3, and he's going to make it without a throw. There was a day I think the big cat flags that ball down, but Father Time is starting to catch up.
Well, a rude welcome for Bartolo Colon to the National League. Slider, but it didn't break that much, and all Rafael did was drop the head of the bat on it. Guerrero was playing him toward right center, so he had a long way to go to get this one back in.
Colon out of Altamira in the Dominican Republic. I'm told that's a small agricultural center way out in the country. Infield back willing to concede a run for an out. Julio takes it right in there, 0-1 in his last 38 trips. Julio Franco hitting .368.
And all he's got to do here is play pepper with somebody on the infield other than Colon or Tatis, the third baseman.
Lined into right field. Oh, he lost the ball in the lights. Let's see how far Julio can get. He's around second. He races for third. It's 1-0. Tell you what, we've seen Vladimir Guerrero make some really great plays, but we've also seen him make a lot of really bad plays, and that was one of them.
No matter how they score it, Franco will get the RBI, his 14th of the year. He seemed to have a beat on it, but then the lights became a problem, and he threw down the anchor, hoping he could just stab it, and missed.
He's lucky he didn't get hit in the face.
Yep.
It's an error on the right fielder, a sacrifice fly, and an RBI. So it does not cost Franco an at-bat, and he does get the RBI. One ball, no strikes, ground ball to short. Throw to first. High throw, gets away from Galarraga. A run scores, and it's 2-0. That'll be an RBI for Sheffield and an error, I guess, on the shortstop. This game has not exactly started out in swimming fashion for Frank Robinson's crew.
How do you think Bartolo Colon feels? This was caused a little bit by Cabrera's indecision of what he was going to do at the baseball. Galarraga tried his best to keep his foot on the bag, but couldn't haul in the throw. But Julio got a late break for the plate, and Cabrera took a look at him, and as he was looking, he was then setting his feet to throw and threw high.
Pitch is low to Chipper. That's an error on the shortstop and an RBI. And there's still nobody out, and Bartolo Colon wishes he had an airline guide in his pocket. When's the next flight to Cleveland? 2-0 the count.
You'd seen that home run that Jim Thome hit for his 6th home run in 6 days. 6 straight days hit a homer off Roger Clemens tonight. He might wish he was in New York pitching against Clemens too right now.
There's a strike right in there. It's 2-1.
Montreal has made 68 errors now for the year. Only the Mets have made more. Mets have made 71.
Two balls and a strike.
And no matter how you get runs off this guy, you take them, especially early.
He's a very, very good pitcher. Swung on, a fly ball into right center field. Macias is going to give this one a try, and he's got it. 1 out. And Andrew Jones, the batter. Chipper 2 for his last 23. Andrew 5 of his last 39. That's 7 for 62 for the Jones boys. Yet the Braves can't lose.
Andrew snapped out of it a little bit last night with a 2-for-3 night. I believe he also had a walk. He did, and scored a run.
One ball, no strikes.
I was just surprised by the way Colon warmed up. Usually on a strange mound, a pitcher likes to throw all his pitches and check out the slope of the mound. Most certainly, but he threw all fastballs, like I said, except for one changeup and one slider. Dick Pohl is pitching coach, new pitching coach. but actually an old pitching coach, one he had in Cleveland.
He might want to go back to Cleveland with him. A ball and 2 strikes.
I was kind of surprised to read in the paper today they're already writing stories about how if Montreal were to fall out of the race, they might go ahead and trade him on again to a contending club. He hadn't even pitched a game, they were writing that.
Well, this team belongs to the commissioner's office in reality. Still 1-2. Every time I see this Montreal team, though, I think back to '94 when the strike hit. I think they were 6.5 games ahead of the Braves in the Eastern Division. Had a heck of a ball club.
Had the best team in the league.
Yeah, I thought so too. If there's no strike that year, and if their lead held up, and who's to say it would not, their whole future could have been totally different. Maybe the downtown park by the Molson Center would have been built. The 1-2 pitch. As bad as things have been in Montreal, I can remember years in Atlanta when it wasn't a whole lot better. And the folks in San Francisco can make that statement too, and the folks in Cleveland. Two out.
You talk about a lonely place when you're playing in Cleveland at Old Municipal Stadium when they had about 5,000 people there in a stadium that seated, I think, over 80,000 people. It was cavernous at best.
100 years ago, it seems, I had to do a soccer match, and I don't know why, because I knew absolutely nothing about it. Jiggs McDonald and I have done the hockey announcer for the old Atlanta Flame, and we did it in Soldiers Field. Guerrero's out of run in Chicago, and there couldn't have been 1,000 people there, and that's a huge that was no fun either, especially for the listeners.
Who won?
Oh, I don't have any idea. We had to do another one against the Hungarian national team, the Atlanta, whatever they were called, Apollos, I think. One and one, the count.
Cologne's kind of taking it upon himself to get out of this inning. Made a good pitch to Chipper to get the pop up, and then after Andrew fought off some good pitches, finally struck him out.
High fly ball left field, pretty well hit. Back goes Cordero at the wall. He's got it, and the inning is over. Keep the camera on Cologne as he walks into the dugout. Let's see if he just keeps walking. Braves score 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 left. The end of an inning, 2-0 Atlanta.
More like this.
Want expert help whenever you need it? At Office Depot, our people listen, understand, and help.
How can I make these look like they're not just from my home office?
Some digital.
It'd be nice if everything was like that. Office Depot. What you need to know.
Direct from the Major League Baseball Clubhouse Store. The Major League Baseball Clubhouse Store presents the MLB Authentic Collection All-Star Game 2002 Workout Day jersey. Wear with the best of the best we'll be wearing in Milwaukee. Bonds, Piazza, Giambi, Johnson, Sosa, Ichiro, and more. Call toll-free 866-MLB-2002 and wear the jersey of your favorite All-Star for just $120. Order now.
Driven. For high-octane drama, put the pedal to the metal. Call Cox and order HBO today.
The first thing that people are going to see is your face. Having, really bad acne just kind of makes me want to, like, do this, So you wash your face in the morning. Rather than using a toner, you use Clears It. And then you put on your moisturizer and you're done until you wash your face at night. It was softer and the pores were smaller and it wasn't so oily. It's the best thing I've ever used.
Imagine the difference in you. The continuously clear 3-step system, only on HSN. Call for your free sample today.
You've got mail.
And fans, if you've got a question about baseball, how about sending an email and we'll select one question to answer later tonight. Send your question to MLB on TBS at AOL.com and please tell us your name and where you're from.
Will Cordero leads off the second inning. Red Sox have placed infielder Carlos Baerga on the 15-day disabled list and recalled pitcher Wayne Gomes. Remember him, Joe?
You bet.
From Pawtucket, yeah. Cleveland activated infielder Ricky Gutierrez, optioned infielder Bill Selby. Fly ball, short center. Andrew on the move, cannot get there, drops in front of him. A blue pit for Cordero to start the second. And Fernando Tatis, the batter. The arrival of Raul Mondesi has caused the Yankees to designate outfielder Karim Garcia for assignment.
I think he was up for 2 days.
The Rangers have activated Carl Everett from the 15-day disabled list and optioned outfielder Ryan Ludwig, who started off so well for them.
Yeah, I think Everett refused to go on a rehab assignment.
It sounds about right.
I'm not sure if he backed off of that and went down and got a few at-bats for New Orleans or not, but I had read that he was denying their insistence of him go take a few at-bats down in AAA.
Double play ball, 5, 4, 3. One pitch, 2 outs here in the second.
I know when you were working with Mark Lemke, one of the things he said, Skip, was Keith Lockhart can turn that double play about as good as anybody, and here's some more evidence of it. Good hands by Vinny on the short hop. Nice accurate throw, head high throw from Lockhart too. Talking to Keith in this radio interview before the game, he said, most of my career, my success has been mostly with the bat. He said, I'm not a whole lot different than Marcus Giles when he first came to the big leagues, in that people didn't give him a whole lot of respect for his defense, but he's worked hard at it, and I have had to work hard at it all the time.
1-1 the count. Andres Galarraga, the batter. More bad news for the Mets. They've put Steve Trachsel on the disabled list. Strained right shoulder muscle. Recalled pitcher Tyler Walker from Norfolk. And Houston has placed good young pitcher Carlos Hernandez on the disabled list. Furcal guns him down, and the inning is easily over. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the second. Braves lead it 2-0.
An accommodating leather-trimmed interior. 3 spacious rows of seating. very refined. Introducing the 240 horsepower Pilot, built by Honda.
This is it. What you have to do. Same time every year, right? Well, not anymore. Olympic Maximum with the exclusive water block and sunblock formula, which means it's guaranteed to prevent water damaging graying for 2 years, twice as long as ordinary water sealants. So while you skip a year, Olympic Maximum will still be hard at work. Twice the protection, half the work, guaranteed.
I don't believe in luck. So when I decided to quit smoking, I chose Nicorette. Nicorette helps fight even my strongest cravings because I can take an extra piece of Nicorette on top of my regular daily schedule.
As soon as you bite down, Nicorette begins to deliver a safe level of medicinal nicotine to help fight the strongest cravings fast.
And now, thanks to me and Nicorette, I'm finally going to win. And luck has nothing to do with it.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
The world's grooviest spy is back in a Superstation World broadcast premiere.
Oh, behave.
Watch Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, for the inside scoop on Austin and Dr. Evil from the people who know them best.
As a spy, he's not bad.
I said if you don't hire me, I'll just shoot you.
And get a cool preview of Austin Powers in Goldmember in theaters July 26th. No! Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, 8 Eastern Sunday night on TBS Superstation. Fueled by Pepsi Twist.
Aaron Andrews at TBS Sports Control. We take you out to Synergy Field, and after hitting his 26th homer in his first at-bat, Lance Berkman hits a 3-run shot into center, and now he's tied with Sammy Sosa for the Major League lead with 27 homers. The Astros lead the Reds 5-1. Skip, back to you.
Okay, Aaron, thank you very much. 0-1 the count to Javi Lopez.
That looked like a pop-up. Looked like he got jammed on that ball, didn't it?
Right you are, Joe Simpson. Pop fly back and out of play. 0-2 the count.
He's having a heck of a year, Berkman. About the only thing that's gone right for Houston so far.
Yeah, losing Carlos Hernandez is not good news for them. He's a fine young pitcher. 1-2 the count. 2-0 Atlanta, our score. Final game of the series tomorrow features Greg Maddux and Tony Armas. And I'm really looking forward to Thursday night. The Cubs come to town. And we'll get to see Mark Pryor, that youngster out of Southern Cal, who's really an impressive looking young pitcher and hitter. Full count now, 3-2.
I know he's been racking up the strikeouts. Tailing fastball, and Colon thought he had a strike but didn't get the call. That was a pretty good looking pitch. At about 95.
He lost him, and Javi is aboard to start the bottom of the second. Colon issues his first walk.
He doesn't walk that many. 31 in 116 innings coming into play tonight to go with his 75 strikeouts. Had a 5-hit shutout on opening day against Anaheim, and then in back-to-back starts, a 9-inning outing against Toronto, gave up a run, but it was unearned, and then an 8-hit shutout against the White Sox on May 31st.
Got that one by Keith Lockhart. It's 0-1. When you see Mark Pryor pitch, check his legs. Well, he's got piano legs, big, strong legs. He can really drive toward the plate as a pitcher. 0-2. That'll be on Thursday. Then on Friday night, Jason Marquis against Matt Clement. Saturday, the Cubs don't know against Tom Glavine, and John Lieber against Damian Moss on Sunday.
My guess is that Tom Glavine's not 100% certain that
no, that's right.
He will work because of that blister.
Threw the fastball by him. Strikeout number 2 for Colon.
Colon figured out something against Lockhart. First time he faces him that some of the other pitchers in the National League still haven't figured out. Got to work him away.
Tomorrow's game here against Montreal on Fox Sports South, as well as the Braves 200 station radio network. Moss bumps out in front of the plate. I think he had him at second if he cuts it loose right away, but he played it safe. Runner at second, 2 down. So Moss does his job, and here's Furcal, who tripled and scored his first time, and in so doing extended his hitting streak to 11 games. The run scored by Furcal in the first, his 54th of the year. Fine drive, left field. Let's see if Javi can make it. They're going to hold him up. First and third, 2 out. And it's up to Julio Franco.
Furcal's batting average inching up toward the 290 mark. Goes the other way with that pitch dying down and away from him. He's hit an 11 straight. Rafael getting on base a lot. His on base percentage improving too every time he gets a hit, and walking more. That helps.
Julio Franco got involved in a real rarity his first time up. He had a sacrifice fly that wasn't caught. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either. Unusual scoring. But it's a good scoring for him because it saves him an at bat. Because it would have been a sacrifice fly had Guerrero made the play.
Yeah, I think if you can do that, that was the right call to make. They're on the corners with 2 out. There's the strike.
Julio took advantage of what Bobby Cox referred to in his conversation with you, Skip, about hitting the ball the other way. Hit the ball hard that way. Just hit it in the lights.
0-2 the count. Two on, 2 out. 2-0 Atlanta. Didn't miss by much. 1-2. Thursday's game against the Cubs be on Turner South for the first time in several weeks. Then back on TBS Friday and Saturday, and back on Turner South Sunday. One and 2 the count. 2 on, 2 out.
Cologne's trying to work that outside corner. He didn't get a call once from Tony Randazzo on a pitch that looked pretty close. Keeps trying to go out there and tail that fastball into the corner. Just hasn't quite zeroed in on it yet. He's another guy. He's listed at 240, Skip, and he's very strong in his lower half. Talking about Cologne.
Runner going from first on a 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off. Two and 0 for the Braves. 1-2 for Montreal. Runner goes, pop foul back again. Boston won the first of 2 against Toronto, and they lead the second one 3-0 in the fourth.
Raphael got a good jump there, Skip. I'm not sure he had such a good jump on the one before, but he had that one stolen.
The right-hand hitter waits.
Everything away lately to Julio. Last 3 or 4 pitches. Let's see if they change up and go inside.
Yep. Little squibber off the end of the bat. And the inning is over. So nothing doing in the second for Atlanta. At the end, 2-0 Atlanta.
Believe in luck. So when I decided to quit smoking, I chose Nicorette. Nicorette helps fight even my strongest cravings because I can take an extra piece of Nicorette on top of my regular daily schedule.
As soon as you bite down, Nicorette begins to deliver a safe level of medicinal nicotine to help fight the strongest cravings fast.
And now, thanks to me and Nicorette, I'm finally going to win. And luck has nothing to do with it.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
From the producers of Independence Day and Godzilla, a species is mutating.
What the hell is going on?
Phones are dead.
A mystery is unfolding.
What exactly is it?
We're trapped.
Get out of here!
Oh my God.
And an invasion is beginning.
Get back! You ain't like it!
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, July 19th.
Star Cinema, the channel for movie lovers everywhere. Bold, innovative, critically acclaimed, Academy Award winners.
It's not a piano. It doesn't make any sound.
Always movies, always uncut and commercial free. Star Cinema, exceptional films from across the street and around the world.
Want to watch even more hit movies? You can enjoy multiple channels of Stars when you get Cox Digital Cable. Driven. For high-octane drama, put the pedal to the metal. Call Cox and order HBO today.
2-0 Atlanta as we go to the 3rd inning. There's Kelly Packard, who stars on TBS Superstation's Ripley Believe It or Not as the series live event correspondent. Ripley's Believe It or Not airs every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, and Kelly opens the show by hosting outrageous feats taped before audiences at such diverse locations as Hollywood Boulevard, the Las Vegas Strip, and stadiums across the country. And she opened tonight's program here by singing the national anthem and did a great job.
Michael Barrett leads off the 3rd and takes a strike. 2-0 Atlanta, our score.
That show every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. I think I said Friday. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Orlando Cabrera is the batter. Excuse me, my mistake. Michael Barrett hits 2nd. Bartolo Colon hits 3rd.
Heads up, Mr. Kicklatter.
0-2 the count.
Hal was ready for that play, but he got a bad hop off the scoreboard in front of him.
Good looking guy, isn't he?
Especially with his Milwaukee sausage race shirt on. My favorite.
The 0-2 pitch. High fly ball left field. Pretty well hit, but not well enough. 1 out. And as promised, here's Michael Barrett.
Number 5, Michael Barrett.
Barrett hitting .280 for the year. Was 0 for 2 in the game last night. He got off to a great start, but has cooled down lately. Takes a strike. Damian Moss rolling merrily along in the early going. This will be his 25th pitch. 1-1 the count.
Kelly's partner in crime, Dean Cain, also, of course, involved with Ripley's Believe It or Not at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays.
I forget where he went to school, somewhere in the Ivy League. He was a defensive back and a pretty good one.
He looks athletic. And he's been with us up here in the booth before. Kelly did a great job on the anthem.
1-2 the count. Out of play. Still 1-2. Breaking ball didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Michael's dropped quite a few points on his average in recent days. Just 1 out of his last 15. Did draw a walk last night.
Full count, 3-2. Damian yet to walk a batter. That's very good news. There's Colon waiting to hit next. Foul tipped at home plate, and we'll have it to do all over again. Another 3-2 offering. Gary Sheffield gives way to Andrew Jones. 2 out.
That changeup has been such a vital part of Damian Moss's arsenal in recent starts. His last 5 or 6 starts, I think that's been his best pitch. Of course, he's got to have a well-located fastball to set it up. But like tonight, when his control's better, his changeup is terrific.
This year, Colon hitting 167.
Yeah, he was 3-0 in interleague play against National League clubs, including his last start, which was against Montreal. He beat them 5-4 2 starts ago at Colorado. He beat the Rockies 5-4 and beat Philadelphia at home, while with Cleveland 5-1.
0-2 the count. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left. Bottom of the 3rd. Braves 2, Expos nothing.
On Ripley's Believe It or Not. You'll never guess why these hotties are flashing their assets.
It was kind of shocking.
Can he barrel his body through 5 feet of concrete?
He's going for a record here, guys.
Snowboarding's bad boy hits the sand. Does he taste victory or eat dirt? And yes, there's a buffalo in the house. Baywatch babe Kelly Packer joins host Dean Cain. Amazing stories of unreality TV. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern and Pacific, only on TBS Superstation.
We need a new deck.
A new deck?
Yeah. It says right here in the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to be happy, we need a deck.
Sure. That works.
How about a pool?
It's the Home Depot's July 4th event. Start your next project, big or small, and pay nothing till July 2003 on purchases of $2.99 or more. You'll also get an extra 40% off yellow tag items throughout the store. Only at the Home Depot and Expo Design Center.
Congratulations, my friend.
Your youthful curiosity has served you well, and you will be rewarded with a nice vanilla Coke. I believe you'll find a delicate hint of vanilla flavor, alluring, the taste, smooth. It's a beautiful thing. Thanks for stopping by. Jimmy, reward your curiosity with new vanilla Coke.
Everyone I know is on AOL.
You've got mail.
Email is my favorite.
I get pictures from my kids all the time.
This is a great way to keep in touch.
I can talk to my best friend, lives in another state.
You can find out what's going on in town.
Whenever you need them, they're there. Parental controls are fabulous on AOL.
I listen to music on AOL. It's the best thing we ever did. AOL has it all.
America Online. You've got mail. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Bottom half of the third inning, Gary Sheffield will lead it off. Well, let me make sure I have this straight, Joe. The owners or the commissioner keeps complaining about high salaries ruining baseball, and some of the teams can't compete. The Yankees got Raul Mondesi. They're only paying half his salary, but their payroll is at least $133 million. Okay, how does that get to be the players' fault, I wonder?
Plus, Toronto made that deal within their own division, trading to one of their arch rivals. I guess that's a good deal for Toronto if they're trying to unload Mondesi's salary, which is supposed to be $13 million next year. They're not on the hook for that $13 million, but they're still going to pay $6 million of it. And got a double-A pitcher in return. This might be a year or two before we find out just how good he is.
Base hit, left field, Sheffield. That is the third hit of the night for Atlanta. Chipper Jones, the batter, he's about due to hack his way out of a slump. 2 for his last 24. A mark of how good he is. He's 2 for his last 24. We're all talking about how bad he's going. And he comes into the game hitting .314. Double play ball. 4, 6, 3. They turned that one very nicely.
Chipper's chasing, in my opinion, a lot of bad pitches early in the count. Very impatient. This is a fastball tailing away from him. Hit it off the end of the bat a little bit. Tried to pull it. Last time up got under a pitch that was away from him. But it seems like he's growing more and more impatient as his 2 for 23 becomes 2 for 25.
Andrew hits with 2 out, no one on. Florida 5-2 over the Cubs in the 5th. Milwaukee 5-2 over the Pirates in the 4th. Mets 5-3 over the Phillies in the 4th, and Houston 5-2 over Cincinnati in the 4th. One and 2 the count.
95 at the knees on the outside part of the plate.
The 1-2 got him. Inning over. For the second time tonight, Andrew Jones out on strikes. Third strikeout for Cologne. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and nobody left. 3 innings have gone by, and the Braves lead 2-0.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Aflac. Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work. And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
80% less paperwork, only from Bank of America.
Some know him as the hottest new star in Hollywood. They know him simply as the People's Champion. Finally, The Rock returns. SmackDown, next Thursday on UPN.
How do you know McCormick Grill-Made seasonings are right for you? Ask yourself, do your guests crave something bold and delicious every time you grill? If you answered yes, grab some Grill-Mates and start grilling. From McCormick, the taste you trust.
On the 8th night of July, superhumans will meet to settle the question, who is the greatest home run hitter? Will it be Giambi, Bonds, Chavez, A-Rod, Delgado, Gonzalez, Berkman, or Sosa? It's a superhuman showdown. Watch the Major League Baseball Century 21 Home Run Derby, July 8th. Don't miss it.
We go to the 4th inning. Time for our Aflac trivia question. What was the last year the Atlanta Braves did not have a position player named or selected to an All-Star game? We'll have the answer in the bottom half of the inning.
Leadoff man Jose Macias leads off the 4th. He grounded out his first time. Damian Moss has surrendered a hit in this game, but he got a double play. So he has faced the minimum through 3. A ball and a strike. Macias started the year with Detroit. Two balls, 1 strike.
Kind of a nice trade for him. He got traded to a team where he knew some guys, especially Orlando Cabrera. Macias was the best man at his wedding.
And he's the godfather of Cabrera's oldest daughter. 2-2 the count. Out of Panama City, Panama. Former Brave and Pirate Omar Moreno. Another center fielder out of Panama City. High pop that will reach the seats. Still 2-2. Braves shade Macias around toward right field.
Looks like he's trying to go that way, just trying to protect the plate a little bit against Moss, and that was a fastball at 91. He might get the changeup here.
Another 2-2 pitch.
Nope.
Tried to stop, could not.
Went upstairs with the fastball.
Sammy Sosa just hit a 2-run homer. He now has 28 to reclaim the lead in the National League. Fred McGriff hit his 15th. Michael Lowell his 14th. Florida leads at 5-4 now in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 just missed. Full count.
That was a good try. That didn't miss by much, and it was tailing back a little bit inside toward the corner. Like a very good pitch.
That should be easy. Macias is retired to start the 4th. And Jose Vidro is the batter. He flied to center his first time. One out, nobody aboard. That will reach the seats. 0-1. They shade Vidro around toward right field too.
Damian was working rather quickly for him the first couple of innings, and now all of a sudden he's back into that real slow motion rut he gets into. Hitters step out on him, can't get together with Javi, or when he does, it seems like he gets the sign, and then it takes him forever to get from that point into his windup. By far and away the slowest of the Atlanta starters.
The 1-1 pitch. A little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Montreal here tomorrow. Then the Cubs come to town. Then the Braves go to Montreal, I think. A little tapper toward short. Yeah. Vidro's retired 2 away. Yeah, after the break. Go to Montreal and
still trying to
Chicago.
figure out why there's a 1 o'clock game on Thursday in Montreal, the day after the All-Star break, a day game.
It is.
Canada Day was yesterday.
Well, let me think for a second. 1 ball, no strikes to Guerrero. It might be Maple Leaf Day.
Okay. So you have a day game, so you can't go outside and enjoy the Maple Leafs that day? Is that it?
You enjoy them on your way to and from the park.
Be a good idea to have Maple Leaf night game.
I like day games.
I know you do.
The 2-0 pitch. 2-1 the count.
So do I. Love them.
It could be. I don't know why they.
Just absolutely no good reason.
Long in the 5th, I'll wander over and endeavor to find out. 3-1 the count. 2 out, no one on. 2-0 Atlanta. There's his first walk of the day, and it brings a potential tying run to the plate in the person of Will Cordero, who blooped a single to center his first time, the only hit of the game for Montreal.
The longest Damian has gone without a walk this year in a start was April 19th against Florida. He worked his first 6 innings before allowing one.
Maybe it's Sergeant Preston Day. Remember Sergeant Preston from the Royal Mounted Police?
Yes, I do.
That's a possibility. Snidely Whiplash Day.
Jacques Doucette will be able to tell us.
Yeah.
He's the longtime broadcaster on the French radio for the Expos. Damian has picked off a couple of base runners this year, and he's got a good move over there, especially when he uses that kind of balk move where he steps. Well, you're supposed to make a 45-degree angle at the very least toward first base between first and home. Sometimes he honors that imaginary line.
1-1 the count. Well, we'll be in Montreal, the Paris of North America, so maybe it's Chez Paris Day or something.
Might be.
Could be. Pop. Into center field. Andrew Jones coasts in. That one's hit a mile high. He puts it away, and the inning is over. No hits, no runs. No errors, 1 left, bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Atlanta.
The Napa Legend battery has smart plates, which are up to 28% thicker than the grids in ordinary batteries. That's important, because the battery won't get drained as easily, even if you leave the lights on. Napa, over 200,000 parts, and every one's important.
Summer in Dublin, Ohio, where you can count on 2 things, mosquitoes and garage sales.
You know that's one of a kind.
Half the town is buying.
This must be one of a kind.
And the other half is selling.
It's one of a kind.
And with the money we save, we go to Wendy's for the super value menu. Everything is just 99 cents. Junior bacon cheeseburgers, made Dave's way, cold drinks, hot fries. It's the best 99 cents you can spend.
One of a kind.
The super value menu at Wendy's. It's better here. And remember, you can eat great even late.
You have to be of noble birth to compete.
Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein, I would have him win my heart.
They're going to arrest you. 1,000 royal guards.
I love you. There's nothing else to do. Run, and I will run with you.
I will not run! I'm a knight. I'm here to compete.
Don't put up a fight. Enjoy more great movies. Order Cox Digital Cable and multiple channels of Cinemax today.
Decorating your entire home is no longer a time-consuming hassle thanks to Laster's Furniture. At Laster's Furniture, you'll find everything for your home decor at one location. Everything from big-name furnishings to smaller, hard-to-find accessories such as lamps, mirrors, and pictures. Whether it's a house full of furniture or just the right piece to fit in that corner by the sofa, Laster's Furniture can help. We even offer an in-home decorating service with your purchase. Laster's Furniture, 105 South 6th, Arkadelphia.
Aaron Andrews at TBS Sports Control. Well, the results are in for this year's All-Star game, and Boston's Johnny Damon joins the American League All-Stars as their 30th man. And good news for the Braves fans, as Andrew Jones will be going to Milwaukee. Andrew beat out Pittsburgh's Brian Giles for the 30th spot on the National League roster. So great news. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks very much. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Vinny Castilla leads it off and taps one foul down the 3rd base line.
Congratulations to Andrew.
Nobody on, nobody out here.
He had said, if the fans want me to go, I'll be happy to go. Otherwise, I'll be on the beach in Curacao.
1-2 the count. I went and checked with Jacques about the reason for the day game.
Yes.
Doesn't have any idea. So we'll have to wait till we get up there to find out. The 1-2 pitch. Weekly hit. Vidro's got it. 1 away.
So not only does it turn into only a 2-day break for the traveling team to go in there to play that day game because they have to leave on Wednesday, but the guys who play in the All-Star game on Tuesday may not even have the luxury of coming home before they go on that road trip.
Probably won't, in fact.
I think it's not only unusual but unfair.
Javi Lopez, the batter, he hits it hard. Good play by Cordero. 2 out. Or by Cabrera, excuse me.
Our Aflac trivia question tonight was, when was the last year the Atlanta Braves did not have a position player named or selected to an All-Star game? It was back in 1991. Tom Glavine was the Braves' only representative, and little did everyone know what was in store for the rest of the National League that year.
Keith Lockhart, the batter. Fast strike outside corner. Braves got to Bartolo Colon for a couple of runs in the first. Montreal's defense helped. And it's a good thing if you're a Braves fan that they did, because he seems to be getting better and better as he goes along.
That's why if you don't get some help or don't get some runs early, it may be a very long night for you. This guy likes to pitch. He pitches a lot of innings, averages over 7 innings per start. 98.
And that's that in the fourth. 1-2-3, nothing doing. At the end of 4, your score: Atlanta 2, Montreal nothing.
I can't believe this.
After everything we've taught you.
My own daughter getting her tongue pierced without shopping around for the best price.
Our customers know the importance of shopping around, because at Progressive.com you can get our price for car insurance plus the rates of other big-name companies.
Your brother got a good deal on his body piercing.
You could save hundreds. Call Progressive today.
Well, I'm passing a few bills to my brother in Cleveland so he can pay his electric bill, or else it's lights out.
When loved ones need to send or receive cash, location really is everything.
Yeah, they're all over the place. The Senate, the House, my house. There's one near all of them.
Only Western Union has over 90,000 agent locations worldwide, so chances are there's one near you.
This is the only place in D.C. where you can count on bills passing quickly.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Every day, Texas wakes up to billions of allergens. Introducing Clarinex. Clarinex provides receptor protection to help block histamine. Get 24-hour non-drowsy relief for any allergy, anywhere, anytime. Side effects are similar to sugar pill, including sore throat, dry mouth, and fatigue. Wherever you are, whatever your allergy, talk to your doctor about new Clarinex.
The Braves in the first half of the season with a bang. It is gone. When they take on Sammy Sosa and the Cubs. Strike 3 call. Cubs Braves, 7:30 Eastern Friday on TBS Superstation.
Atlanta Braves baseball on TBS Superstation is brought to you by The Pilot, a rugged new SUV built by Honda. And by Wendy's Super Value Menu, where you'll find super values every day.
We go to the 5th inning, 2-0 Atlanta, and here with the play-by-play story, Joe Simpson.
All right, Skip, thanks. Fernando Tatis hit into a 5-4-3 double play his first time up. He'll be followed by the Big Cat and Cabrera. Tatis extended his hitting streak to 8 games last night with a home run. He was 1 for 4 with a walk. He has driven in 17 runs in his last 16 games. We're getting some real good production from people other than just Guerrero and Vidro. One and one to count. One and two the count. Tatis's average at 267. Get a home run off of Moss earlier this year. Damian made a start against Montreal back on May 28th and beat him 5-2. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Walked only 1 that particular start. Breaking ball missed, 2-2. It was raining and hailing so hard here between about 5:30 and 5:45 that we had the windows closed in the booth and you couldn't see out of them. That's out of play. Fortunately, the ground crew knew that it was coming. The Braves cut their batting practice short. A few guys got some swings in. In fact, they knew the storm was coming, so the regulars who generally hit last at home raced in to take a few swings before the field was covered. And just as it got covered, the rain hit. Still 2-2 to Tatis. Look at some of his good work in recent days. He has 11 hits over this 8-game hitting streak. And now it's a full count. Payoff pitch. Hit well to left field. Chipper on the track at the wall, and just like Cordero did to Vinny Castilla, Chipper right up against the padding makes the catch on Tatis. Andres Galarraga grounded to short his first time up. Galarraga had a big night last night. 3 hits and 5 at-bats. And some of those hits that bumped his average against left-handed pitching came at the expense of Tom Glavine. A couple of the hits, as a matter of fact. 2-0 the count. Kevin Millwood's blister is on right on the end of his middle finger on his pitching hand. Tom Glavine's blister is on the end of his index finger. Changeup popped up to center. Hopefully Andrew can see it in the twilight. And he's right there. 2 down. Glavine said after last night's game that he was able to make pitches about waist high, but every time he tried to make a pitch down around the knees is when that blister really came into effect, and he just couldn't get the ball down. 2 out for Cabrera, who popped to left his first time up.
Nobody knows why that's a day game. They're asking that question amongst themselves, the Montreal people who are here. So, can't help you. Want to know the count to Cabrera, whose average has really jumped up. He's at 268 right now, but he's had multi-hit games in 5 of his last 7. Out of play. This guy's got some pretty good power. He's not all that big, but he's got good hands in his swing, and it seems to me he hit 14 homers last year. I'll have to look that up. 14 homers and drove in 96 runs. Played in every game and hit 276. Well hit to right field. Sheffield goes back and just shy of the track. He makes the catch. 3 fly ball outs. That's 4 fly ball outs in a row for Damian Moss. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Atlanta still leading 2-0.
The promotion, a new title, a bigger paycheck, better days ahead. Your hard work paid off, and so did that extra confidence from getting rid of your gray hair with Just for Men hair color. Its vitamin formula rejuvenates your hair and energizes you with a natural look in 5 easy minutes. When you feel confident, it shows. Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
This is it. What you have to do. Same time every year, right? Well, not anymore. Olympic Maximum with the exclusive water block and sunblock formula, which means it's guaranteed to prevent water damage and graying for 2 years, twice as long as ordinary water sealants. So while you skip a year, Olympic Maximum will still be hard at work. Twice the protection, half the work, guaranteed.
This new technology is driving me wild. Oh yeah, ooh, baby, I can't stop dreaming of the desktops. I want this new style. Don't tell me it's wrong. It takes a PC to turn me on. I'm hot for the desktops. Gateway's new desktops.
New computers sure look good. What computers?
I'm hot for the desktops.
Introducing the 240 horsepower four-wheel drive Pilot, built by Honda. Slower traffic, please keep to the right.
As we've mentioned several times tonight, the All-Star game comes your way on the 9th of July. Tuesday the 9th. Check it out if you wish. The American League against the National League in the All-Star game.
At Milwaukee. Damian Moss put out a sacrifice bunt his first time up. He's 1 for 20 on the year. Hitting .050.
Bingo.
Thank you, Skip. Took Cologne a while to get out of the first inning because of a couple of errors that led to an unearned run. 0-2 to Moss. He has set down 5 in a row. It was 1-2 on Moss. Off the end of the bat. At right at Vidro. 1 out. Cologne last year 14-12 with 1 complete game for the Indians. And this year he was 10-4 and already had 4 complete games. He was leading the league in innings pitched and in complete games, and allowing just a .245 average against him. Frank Robinson and Dick Pole, a couple of the guys assigned to this ball club and hired to run it for Major League Baseball after it was purchased by the league from Jeffrey Loria, who in turn bought the Florida Marlins from John Henry's group, who in turn bought the Red Sox. 1-1 to Furcal. Rafi tonight has tripled and scored in the first, singled in the second. He has extended his hitting streak to 11 games. His career high is 12. .96 on that fastball. Doesn't take a whole lot for Cologne to generate that kind of power, does it? Nice easy wind up, if you want to call it that. Just steps back, kicks and delivers to left field, but Cordero was playing him shallow and toward the line, and he's there for the catch. Seven in a row set down, and the batter will be Julio Franco, who had the RBI in the first inning when the line drive to right he hit was missed in the lights, lost in the lights by Guerrero. It was ruled a sacrifice fly and an error on the right fielder. Franco's also grounded out. Here's that play in the first inning.
Yeah, it looked like a sharply hit sacrifice fly, but he simply lost it. He went for a sacrifice fly, but getting Franco to third enabled another run to score moments later.
On an error by the shortstop. One and one. Cologne had given up 11 home runs in the American League, but I think part of that, Skip, is the fact that he just comes after you with fastballs, and he's not afraid to throw a high fastball.
He's a good-looking pitcher. And a lot of his weight is in his hips and legs, and he really drives off that mound.
Very big lower half. Listed at 240, 6 feet tall. Two and two. Two runs on just 3 hits for Atlanta. No runs on only 1 hit and 2 errors for the Expos. Off-speed pitch hit the right field. Like a slider that stayed up, and Franco has his first hit of the night. It comes with 2 outs. And again, he goes the other way. That'll bring up Sheffield, who reached on the air in the first inning by the shortstop Cabrera. Got an RBI for that. Singled in the third. He's 1 for 2. And has that terrific streak working of reaching base in 31 straight games. He's climbing up towards the RBI leaders on the team. He now has 42. Andrew leads the team with 54, but he's been in an RBI drought. Chipper with 51, Castillo with 45. Stop his swing and couldn't at one of those high fastballs. Gary's average up to 270. And play him to pull and deep. That's off the end of the bat a little bit, and Vidro will throw him out, and the inning is over. No runs a hit, 1 left. We've played 5, 2-0 Braves.
You've never seen a Wagner power painter like this before. Now Wagner's innovative wide shot power painter can spray today's thick one-coat paint better than ever with complete coverage up to 12 inches wide. The Wagner wide shot gives you the power, performance, and control to get results in about 1/3 of the time. The incredible wide shot power painter from Wagner for guys who like to run wide open. Save time, save money. Get a Wagner wide shot.
Let's get this guy. It's got to be over 100 degrees out there. You have any idea what that does to an engine?
Need a motor oil for hot temperatures? We developed one. Pennzoil Synthetic resists thinning to protect engines in hot summer conditions.
Try that after the sun goes down.
Pennzoil. We're driving protection.
Has the hassle of dealing with diabetes affected your quality of life? If you have Medicare, call Maxwell Medical now and see how to get your diabetes testing supplies delivered free right to your door. That's right. Medicare now covers the cost of diabetic testing supplies even if you're not on insulin. With Medicare and a supplement, you can pay little or nothing to test your blood sugar often. And best of all, there's no upfront out-of-pocket cost. And we do all the paperwork for you. Keep your diabetes under control and live the good life. Maxwell Medical will make it simple by billing Medicare and your insurance directly. You could save hundreds of dollars a year. Maxwell Medical gives you peace of mind with no upfront cost, absolutely no risk, no paperwork, delivered free, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Maxwell Medical. We're working hard at making your life easier.
Call 800-949-0044. That's 800-949-0044. Call now.
We go to the 6th inning from Turner Field. Braves got 2 in the first, and they still lead by a 2-0 margin. Bottom part of the order for Montreal: Michael Barrett, Bartolo Colon, and then the leadoff hitter, Jose Macias. Barrett tonight is popped to center. 3 in the series, but there's a drive to deep left, and you can forget about that one. It is 2-1. And the local boy from Pace Academy gets a lot of cheers right below us. Barrett hits his 8th homer.
Wasn't much doubt about this. Belt high, and he belted it.
Like a changeup that he was looking for. 8th home run allowed by Moss this year, and it's a 1-run game. And here's Cologne. Struck out his first time up and on his way to number 2. Oh, and 2. RBI number 26 for Michael Barrett as well. 0-3 to Cologne. Second strikeout for Moss. They've both been the pitcher. Got to say this for Bartolo, though. He's up there swinging just in case the ball finds his bat.
That's exactly right.
1 out for Macias. He has hit a comebacker to the mound and fouled out to the first baseman. He and Brad Wilkerson sharing the duties out in center field on a platoon basis right now. Oh, and 2. Damian comes right back, gets ahead of him too. Damian at the 76 pitch point. Good breaking ball. Nothing wrong with that, but it's ball 1. Two and 2 the count. The Expos road record only 15-27. They went 12-6 in interleague play. They did just fine. Line right back at Damian. Look out. It missed him, fortunately, but he had to go to the dirt to get out of the way. Base hit.
By the time you finish pitching, you're about 54, 55 feet from home plate. That's mighty close. And that one knocked him flat.
I don't blame him. I'd throw my glove up as I'm going to the turf also.
You betcha.
Just to get out of the way.
By the way, Joe, good to see our old friend Eddie Haas, former Braves manager, now works for the Red Sox organization here at the ballpark tonight, the Squire of Paducah, Kentucky.
Bill LaJoy, also former Braves assistant to the general manager here in town, doing some work for the Milwaukee Brewers. Good to see him.
Yeah, Bill, longtime general manager of the Tigers. Back when they used to win some.
Back when they went, what was it, 35-4 at the start of the season, something like that, back in 1984 on their way to the World Championship.
Yeah.
Pedro, the batter, shows bunt, takes low. He is flied out and grounded out.
There are the two of them, Eddie on the left, Bill on the right.
Macias with 4 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Including getting thrown out by Javi Lopez last night, who made a great throw to get him. Strike at the knees. 1-1. Manny Acta, the third base coach for the Expos. That move, that high leg kick, and then the step about halfway toward the plate, but couldn't get Macias. Another good try. Montreal's record, when you look at how they've accumulated their record for the year, there's one division that's really giving them problems, and it's not the East. Good pitch. Good changeup on the corner. 1-2. Montreal's 13-13 within their division. 13-8 against the Central, but just 4-12 against the Western Division. Braves likewise, their worst record is against the West. They're 8-8. One and two the count. 2-2. And looking at everybody in the National League East, Skip, nobody has a winning record against the Western Division. Everybody at 500 or below.
Which would indicate that might be the strongest division in the league.
Got him upstairs with a high fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Damian Moss. Tough man to strike out. Here's Guerrero. He is flied out and walked. Central Division only has one winning record against the West. That's Cincinnati. They're 7-5. So when you look at the West record, and everybody's over 500 except for Colorado, and they're only 5 games below 500. And San Diego, which is struggling, then you know why. That's a line drive base hit for Guerrero. Macias bluffs going to third, but he'll hold up. 2-out single for Guerrero. They're at first and second for Cordero in a 2-1 game. Cordero singled in the second. Popped one up in the shallow center that dropped, and he's also flied out to Andrew Jones in center.
Strange inning for Moss. He's given up 3 hits, all hit very, very hard, and he's got a chance to strike out the side as well.
Cordero with 99 career homers. Takes low. 1-0. Damian has only walked 1 batter tonight. That was Guerrero back in the 4th inning. Tried to come inside again, but missed. 2-0. A Michael Barrett home run leading off this 6th inning has made it a 2-1 game. Three 3-0. A walk would load him up, and Tatis is on deck.
About time for the troops to start stirring around in the Atlanta bullpen. Nothing yet.
See if Cordero gets a green light. If he did, he wasn't hacking at that one. 3-1. Fast runners aboard. Macias at second and Guerrero at first. They're going. 3-1 pitch is outside, and they're loaded for Tatis. Second walk of the night for Damian. And we were talking about Tony Cloninger when we were in Boston the other day, Skip, about hitting 2 home runs as a pitcher in 1 game. This guy a few years ago, while with the Cardinals, hit 2 grand slams in the same inning against the Dodgers.
Now that one may not be topped for a while.
Yeah. Fastball hit deep to right. That's where he hit his homer last night. Sheffield runs out of room, and there's the grand slam for Tatis. 5-2 Montreal. He went the other way last night off of Glavine. Tonight it's off Moss, and it's his 11th of the year, and it gives him 32 RBIs.
Sheffield did all he could do, but he just simply ran out of room, and just like that the game turns around, as it did for the Braves last night with Matt Franco's homer. Sheffield had a long way to go. They didn't think he could hit it that far, and he just did get it out.
Galarraga fouls one back. Put a good swing on that ball. Didn't try to pull it. Looked like a fastball down the middle. He obviously has power to all fields. We talked about that last night. So 5 runs in the inning. And this game is turned around, much like the inning in which the Braves got their 4 runs last night in the 5th inning on Matt Franco's grand slam.
Braves bullpen still not busy.
Three and 1 now to Galarraga. 95 pitches suddenly for Moss. And he walked the big cat. That's the 8th batter of the inning. Cabrera makes number 9. 3rd walk for Damian. Bobby Hughes was standing by the hotline in the bullpen, and it will get busy now.
Kevin Grabowski up and throwing after a well-deserved night off.
Tatis with the grand slam here in the 6th inning after Barrett had started the inning with a leadoff homer, and he's on deck. Good changeup. 0-1. Cabrera tonight has flied to left, flied to right, 0 for 2. 5-2 Montreal. Good breaking ball. 374 feet, the tail of the tape on Tatis's homer that landed, I think, between the outfield fence and that concrete wall.
Yep. Just did get over.
Another breaking ball. He got a piece of that one as Galarraga was running.
Good grief, Cat. He would have made it too.
He has a stolen base this year. He's also been caught once. They were not holding him on. Franco was playing behind him. So Bartolo Colon has weathered the 1st inning storm that caused a lot by 2 errors, and now he's got a 5-2 lead. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. This would indeed be a rare inning skip if he does strike out the side after having the Expos bat around against him. 2 pitch. Slowly hit to second. Lockhart will flip to Furcal, and that'll do it. But the Expos bat around, and they put a 5 spot on the board. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 5-2 Montreal.
We need a new deck.
A new deck?
Yeah. It says right here in the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to be happy, we need a deck.
Sure, that works.
How about a pool?
It's the Home Depot's July 4th event. Start your next project, big or small, and pay nothing till July 2003 on purchases of $2.99 or more. You'll also get an extra 40% off yellow tag items throughout the store. Only at the Home Depot and Expo Design Center.
This is it. What you have to do. Same time every year, right? Well, not anymore. Olympic Maximum with the exclusive water block and sunblock formula, which means it's guaranteed to prevent water-damaging graying for 2 years, twice as long as ordinary water sealants. So while you skip a year, Olympic Maximum will still be hard at work. Twice the protection, half the work, guaranteed.
All my friends and family are on AOL.
I love AOL email.
You hear this really cool voice that says,
"You've got mail."
I love that.
We keep in touch through instant messaging.
It's having a verbal chat electronically.
That's really handy when I'm grounded.
I love shopping on AOL.
I use it for my portfolio. AOL is my newspaper.
You can get customer service anytime.
There are always people there to help me.
With parental controls, I feel better about my kids being online.
My privacy is protected on America Online.
AOL has everything I want, all in one place.
America Online has stuff you won't find anywhere else. Sign up today.
It's time to score, baby, with the Find Your Mojo sweepstakes. You can win a year's supply of Pepsi Twist and a trip to L.A. for the premiere of Austin Powers in Goldmember in theaters July 26th. All this week, look for Austin Powers icons and log on to tbssuperstation.com for a chance to win groovy daily prizes. Then watch Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me this Sunday. Look for the grand prize icon and log on for your chance to score. Find your mojo all this week from TBS Superstation and Pepsi Twist.
Yeah, baby, yeah! Say, Joe, the drama of Wimbledon returns to TNT. TNT televises the world's preeminent tennis championship from the All England Club. That's the drama of Wimbledon. Coverage begins at 7 a.m. Eastern and Pacific and continues later in the afternoon at 1 on TNT.
Chipper Jones 0-2. Cologne with the second win and a 5-2 lead now. Chipper just 2 for his last 25. Just 1 walk for Cologne. That was Lopez back in the second inning. Chipper's out of there on strikes, and that's 5 for Cologne. Andrew has fanned twice, both times swinging. Andrew 2 for 3 last night, but he's just 5 for his last 41. He just joined us, voted to the All-Star team in the 30th man vote conducted by Major League Baseball for fans who wanted to vote online. 2-1. .96 on that fastball. Three and 1 to Andrew with Vinny on deck. He's 0 for 2. Fastball that caught the outside corner enough for Tony Randazzo, although Andrew was headed to first. Full count. Well hit to right field and a base hit. Andrew with a little bit of an inside-out swing, and it paid off for him there. It's 3 for 6 in the series. And that brings up Vinny Castilla, who has flied out deep to left. He backed Cordero right up to the pads in left field in the first inning. He's also grounded out to second. Vinny had faced Colon 5 times. He was 1 for 5 during his stint in the American League with Tampa Bay. Hard hit to right field. Guerrero doesn't have any trouble with the lights this time. Throws back to try to double up Andrew, but can't. Another hard hit ball by Castilla, and he's 0 for 3. And Javi Lopez, the batter, has walked and grounded out. What'd you think of that online voting thing, Skip?
Anything that involves the fans is okay with me.
I thought it was interesting that they just gave fans 5 people to vote for, though.
I don't like that. If the fans are going to vote, let them vote for whoever they want.
Good slider, 0-1. Another good one. 0-2. Javi's last hit, a home run. He's 1 for his last 17, however. That home run was that blast of deep center at Fenway Park. Broken bat grounder. Cabrera tosses to Vidro. Inning over. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We've played 6 innings. It's 5-2 Expos.
Some know him as the hottest new star in Hollywood. They know him simply as the People's Champion. Finally, The Rock returns. SmackDown next Thursday on UPN.
Someday I'm going to be a movie star. But right now, this is my only agent. So when my brother in Miami sends cash for rent, I just walk around the corner.
When loved ones need to send or receive cash, location really is everything.
I love L.A. The sun, the stars, and a Western Union agent location everywhere.
Only Western Union has over 90,000 agent locations worldwide.
This is the one place in town you can always count on for a happy ending.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Who wears white after Labor Day? White after Labor Day.
While that was once considered a fashion faux pas, now you can wear white any time of the year.
Want expert advice whenever you need it? Come to Office Depot, where our people listen, understand, and help.
How can I get organized?
With the new generation of handhelds, you can manage multiple. Be nice if everything was like that. Office Depot. What you need to know.
Using the wrong waterproofer can cost you thousands. Don't be taken for a ride. Demand Thompson's Water Seal. It has the highest level of water protection. Guaranteed. Powerful original. New advanced Thompson's Water Seal.
Tomorrow, why are these babes flashing their assets? Does he taste victory or eat a pile of dirt? And man versus 5 feet of concrete. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern and Pacific, only on TBS Superstation.
Atlanta Braves baseball on TBS Superstation is brought to you by Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide. And by Wagner Spray Tech, for professional painting results fast.
5-2, the Expos are on top now thanks to the big inning, last inning. The leadoff homer by Barrett, and then the grand slam later in the 6th by Fernando Tatis. And Michael Barrett will lead off once again here in the 7th. Take it away, Skip Carey.
Okay, Joe, thank you very much. Looked like a change of pace that Barrett hit out to lead off the 6th inning. Let's see what he's looking for as he leads off the 7th. 5-2 our score. The hits are even at 5. Montreal has committed 2 errors, but they've got the grand slam homer tonight. 0-1 the count. Final game of the series tomorrow. Greg Maddux against Tony Armas. One and one the count. Last grand slam surrendered by a Braves pitcher was last August 5th. Richie Sexton of Milwaukee hit one off Kevin Millwood. Thanks, Brian. 1-2 the count.
Pretty impressive that both homers in this series for Tatis have been to right field.
Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget tomorrow's game starts a half hour earlier. It's a 7:05 contest. Still 2-2. You working tomorrow, Joe?
I am.
You and me, babe. Right at Lockhart, and one is out in the 7th. Unfortunately for Braves fans, Bartolo Colon hits for himself. As you look ahead in this game, and Montreal has the lead, they've sort of been closer by committee this year. Graham Lloyd has 5, Hurgis has 6, Tucker has 4, Stewart has 9. So between them, they've got 24 saves. Their opponents have 21. High fly ball a mile high, but no carry to it. Chipper Jones puts it away. 2 down. Lightning beginning to pop up around the ballpark again. I don't know if there's any more rain in the forecast or not. Jose Macias will be the batter. He goes through the charade of taking a little extra time to allow his pitcher to get back to the dugout and rest. Big and strong as Colon needs I'm not so sure he needs it.
He's happy just to have made contact, but he only ran about halfway to first, so let's not worry about any exhaustion factor.
Macias is 1 for 3, and he scored a run. And he takes a strike over the inside corner. 5-2 our score. Braves' 5-game winning streak is in jeopardy here, and it's getting late. A ball was fouled into the Lexus level and actually stayed in there. Had some rough defensive play in the Lexus level this year.
Got a bad hop. Good breaking ball. Good inning.
And that's that. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Braves need to get to work. They trail the Expos 5-2.
Darling Jeffrey, I miss you so much. I can't stand the thought of another lonely night. When will I see your beautiful brown eyes again? I love you with every fiber of my being. Your dearest love, Annabelle.
$80% less paperwork, only from Bank of America.
I can't believe this.
After everything we've taught you.
My own daughter. Getting her tongue pierced. Without shopping around for the best price.
Our customers know the importance of shopping around because at Progressive.com you can get our price for car insurance plus the rates of other big name companies.
Your brother got a good deal on his body piercing.
You could save hundreds. Call Progressive today.
The first thing that people are going to see is your face. Having, really bad acne just kind of makes me want to, like, do this, So you wash your face in the morning. Rather than using a toner, you use Clears It. And then you put on your moisturizer and you're done until you wash your face at night. It was softer and the pores were smaller and it wasn't so oily. It's the best thing I've ever used.
Imagine the difference in you. The continuously clear 3-step system, only on HSN. Call for your free sample today.
You've got mail.
And tonight's question comes from Randy of Atlanta, Georgia, who wants to know, are the Braves at a disadvantage when they pitch two left-handers, Moss and Glavine, back-to-back? Well, you might think so, Randy, but even though their styles aren't exactly the same, as Lockhart leads off the inning, the Braves' record is actually 5-1 when they pitch back-to-back, and Damian is 3-1 when he follows a Tom Glavine start. So it hasn't been that much of a disadvantage. I will say this about it, though, with regard to platoon players. I think it's an advantage when a guy like Jose Macias, for example, gets to play 2 days in a row, because I think he's a lot more comfortable in the second game after he gets a few at-bats, and more likely than not, he's going to have a better game in the second game after having played against Tom Glavine the first night.
0-2 the count on Keith Lockhart here, leading off the seventh. $25,581 the paid attendance tonight. You see Darren Bragg has moved on deck for Atlanta. Pinch hit for Moss.
And here in the seventh inning, in last pitch, the radar gun had Cologne at 99.
Pedro from short right field gets his man. Darren Bragg has a couple of home runs off Cologne in his career. He's 2 out of 13, and they've both been home.
They could not keep Darren off the bases in Boston. We talked about that at the beginning of the show tonight. He was on base 11 different times in those 3 games, including all 5 plate appearances on Friday night's game.
You see the good numbers he's put on the board. He was a little tardy with that one, though. 0-1.
He got off to a 1-for-17 start. And since then, he's hit .364.
Threw it by him again, 0-2. This guy is tough.
Talking about his ability and willingness to go deep into the ball game. His shortest outing came 4 starts ago against Minnesota, just 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits and 6 runs. And only one other time all year has he failed to pitch into the 7th inning.
That's how different baseball has become. Here we are more than halfway through the season, and a guy with 4 complete games leads the major league. 30 years ago, they'd look down your nose at you if that's all you had, if you'd been pitching in the rotation all year. And now it's a game of specialization.
Yeah, when they told you back in the 50s and 60s and before that, if you pitch today,
you pitch today.
You pitch all day today. No matter how many pitches. And I doubt that they even counted back then. Took a little off. An 84-mile-an-hour changeup.
He's up over 100 pitches now. 101. In the 8th, the Mets lead the Phillies 6-4 in Philadelphia. Houston and Cincinnati now 5-5. Florida 9-5 in the 8th over the Cubs, and Milwaukee leads that game 11-3 in the 8th. Strike 3 call. Bragg didn't think so, but he's out of there. Strikeout number 6 for Cologne.
Looked like a slider and looked like a good one. Darren didn't argue, but he, instead of trying to come in the back door with it, it broke inside. Good pitch. Good job of framing it there by Michael Barrett, too.
Braves have 5 hits, and Rafael Furcal has 2 of them, a single and a triple. He has scored a run. The Braves did their scoring in the first. Furcal led the game off with a triple. Franco hit a liner into right that was lost in the lights by Vladimir Guerrero. It went for 3 bases, but it was ruled a sacrifice fly, an RBI, and an error on Guerrero, and then a error on the shortstop Cabrera on a ground ball off the bat of Gary Sheffield, allowed another run to score. That too was an RBI for Sheffield. The error was on a throw to first with the run trotting across the plate. Didn't miss by much there. A ball and 2 strikes.
Give you another idea of how he settled down. We showed you that graphic that showed that he'd given up only 4 fly ball outs. 2 of those came in the first inning.
Pitch number 106 is out of play. The way this guy has pitched, you sort of hope that they do go to their bullpen. Nothing against the fellows down there, but it can't be any. They can't be any tougher than he has been.
It was a horrible send-off for him in the first inning in his National League debut, but his teammates have fought back for him.
2-2 the count. Now Milwaukee leads the Pirates 12-3 in the 8th inning. St. Louis 6-2 over the Padres in the 4th. San Francisco in the 2nd inning leads Colorado 8-1. Arena baseball out in Denver. The 2-2. Broken bat Tapper. Still got it. Galarraga booted it, but he didn't panic, and Cologne did his job as well. The inning comes to a close. No hits, no runs, no errors. Nobody left at the end of 7th. 5-2 Montreal.
Hey, if we get hurt. Whoa. Good thing we got that insurance.
What's that?
Aflac!
What'd you say?
Aflac! Pays you cash if you can't work.
Before that!
I said I'm glad we got that insurance.
Not that.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Aflac!
A typical car insurance agent is on the job during regular business hours. On the other hand, Geico insurance professionals are on the job 24 hours a day. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Geico Auto Insurance. How may I help you? Hello? Hello?
Need another way to talk to Geico? Check out geico.com. In 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello?
So, Kyle, John, tell me, who's your favorite driver out there? Oh, that's easy, man. Sal Fusco. Who's your favorite, John?
Sal Fusco.
He's got ice in his veins.
Fusco, hands down.
That Fusco gets through traffic like nobody's business. He's lightning in a bottle.
When the heat's on, Fusco always delivers.
Fusco is the real deal.
Who is Sal Fusco?
You don't know Sal Fusco. Kevin, he's right over there.
Excuse me, Mr. Fusco?
Some know him as the hottest new star in Hollywood. They know him simply as the People's Champion. Finally, The Rock returns. SmackDown, next Thursday on UPN.
All my friends and family are on AOL.
You hear this really cool voice that says,
"You've got mail."
I love that. We keep in touch through instant messaging.
It's having a verbal chat electronically.
There are always people there to help me. AOL has everything I want, all in one place.
America Online has stuff you won't find anywhere else.
Sign up today.
We go to the 8th inning and take a look at our Office Depot scoreboard. Some home runs of note. Sosa's hit his 28, but the Cubs trail Florida 9-5. Lance Berkman's hit 2 home runs, 26 and 27, but Houston's still tied with Cincinnati 5-5. Tsuyoshi Shinjo hit a grand slam in the first inning for San Francisco. David Bell also hit one. They had 8 runs in the first, and they lead Colorado 8-1. And don't forget about the All-Star game coming up next Tuesday, a week from tonight.
We go to the 8th inning. Kevin Grabowski on to pitch for Atlanta. Damian Moss went 7, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, couple of homers. Up the middle, past a diving for Call. So Jose Vidro has his first hit of the night. Montreal trying to add some insurance.
It's hard to keep Vidro down. He doesn't go many games without a base hit. He's gone hitless in only 15 games all year. His longest drought was 3 games, May 1st through the 3rd.
Well hit to right field. Back goes Sheffield to the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fires back toward first, but Vidro gets back. That ball was hit hard. Good play by Sheffield.
Gary likes to play shallow, but the way the Expos are hitting the ball and driving it to deep right field, he may have to back up a little bit tomorrow, because even though he wasn't right at the fence, he still had to leap to make that catch because he had so far to go, and because Guerrero hit it so hard.
Will Cordero is 1 for 2 with a walk. He has scored a run. A little bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The count. Hey, a James Bond movie on after the game, A View to a Kill. 2 balls, no strikes.
I think I've seen that one. It's a good one.
Who stars in that one? Which James Bond is it?
I think it's the dark-haired guy, the black-haired guy, not Sean Connery, not Robert Moore, Roger Moore. Maybe it is Roger. Maybe it is Roger Moore.
Well, let's find out here. Yeah, it is Roger Moore. That's on Movies for guys who like movies. That makes it even better. Two and 2, the count.
Grabowski, just one of the guys who started play tonight with an ERA and the bullpen under 2.
Oh boy, that was close, but Missed outside, 3-2.
Grabowski at 164, Hammond at 171. As you see some of the other incredible numbers. Holmes at 156. Rimlinger at 156.
See if they send him here, 3-2 with 1 out. Yep. And it's fouled away. Vidro will return to first. He's only tried to steal a base 3 times this year. He's been successful twice. Greg Maddux and Tony Armas tomorrow.
I'll say this for Frank Robinson. Last night we had some shots of him in the dugout after the Expos had lost the lead and the Braves go on to win the game, and his expression looked no different last night than it looks tonight when they have the lead.
There goes the runner. Hot shot, 1 hop. Castilla's only play to first. They stay out of the double play and get the runner into scoring position. With 2 out for Fernando Tatis, who without question has the biggest hit of this game so far. A grand slam in the 6th.
Went the other way on a fastball away from him. Got it over just far enough for the grand slam. See if the Braves pitch to him.
Andres Galarraga waits on deck. And the answer is yes, they will pitch to him, at least for now. High strike, 0-1.
Tatis obviously enjoying the fact that he's finally healthy and in the lineup every day for the Expos after a battle with some injuries the last 2 years.
Lined into center field. That's going to fall. Andrews got a great arm. And they hold the runner at third. Now they got the runner hung up on his way to second. And he is out. And a terrible job of base running by Fernando Tatis. Takes Montreal out of the inning.
Great defense by the Braves, executed perfectly.
2 hits, no runs, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Let's see how big a play that turns out to be. 5-2 Expos.
This is it. What you have to do. Same time every year, right? Well, not anymore. Olympic Maximum with the exclusive water block and sunblock formula, which means it's guaranteed to prevent water damage and graying for 2 years, twice as long as ordinary water sealants. So while you skip a year, Olympic Maximum will still be hard at work. Twice the protection, half the work, guaranteed.
Now is the best time to join America Online.
If I knew it was this easy, I would have started a long time ago.
Call today and new members get our best offer ever and features you'll only find on AOL.
AOL's got something for everybody.
You've got mail.
Email makes staying in touch effortless.
I instant message everybody.
It's the fastest way to communicate.
Parental controls help keep kids safe.
Call 1-877-265-0200 now. Join AOL and get our best offer ever. America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Do you want to own a computer but your credit is less than perfect? If you have a checking or savings account and can afford a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months, you're approved, guaranteed. That's right. If you have a checking or savings account and can afford a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months, you will get the brand new, brand name computer of your dreams with no credit check and no cash needed today. No credit, bad credit, no problem. You are approved, guaranteed. If you have a checking or savings account and can afford a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months, call 1-800-678-8366 right now because you are approved for a brand new, brand name computer no matter what your credit looks like. Call 1-800-678-8366. That's 1-800-678-8366. Financing alternatives. Computers for everyone.
Aaron Andrews at TBS Sports Control. We take you to Busch Stadium, where the Cardinals have gone back to back to back. Placido Polanco, a 2-run shot, Jim Edmonds with his 16th of the year, and Albert Pujols with his 18th. Cardinals lead this one at 6-4 over the Padres. Skip, back to you.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. Here we've got a couple of changes. Brad Wilkerson is in the game to play left field for Montreal. And T.J. Tucker has come on to pitch. He's 4-0, 1.98 earned run average. And as we mentioned earlier, he does have 4 saves on the year. League hitting .247 against him. First pitch is in there, 0-1. Julio Franco, the batter.
He's first among National League rookie pitchers in wins with 4, second in ERA.
0-2. Franco didn't think much of that at all. He thought it was outside. Colon went 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Pedro up and throwing, 1 away.
I'm kind of like you though, Skip. Can't be any worse than the way Colon was pitching as far as Braves hitters are concerned. They'd like to take their chances with somebody new, even if the guy is 6'3", 245.
Gary Sheffield, the batter. Chipper Jones moves on deck. One and 0 the count.
When the Expos lost Mel Rojas to free agency, they got 3 compensation picks in the draft. Well, that was a big cut. And one of them was T.J. Tucker, selected in the sandwich round in between the first and second round back in 1997.
Lazy pop into short center field. Long run, Macias. But he gets there, 2 out. T.J. Tucker, born in Clearwater, Florida, now lives in Newport Richey, Florida. Had a cup of coffee with the Expos, pitched in 2 games in 2000. None last year. He was an All-America football place kicker and was recruited as a punter and place kicker at the University of Florida, but opted to play baseball instead. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Chipper 0 for 3 again tonight, 2 for his last 26. Somebody's going to pay for that. This would be a good start. 2-0 the count. 2 out, nobody on.
Fastball, curveball, slider for Tucker, and his fastball in the low 90s. See Michael Barrett having to, I'm not sure if it's tape on his fingers or having to put some of that white out on his fingernails. No, it's tape. Pitcher's having a hard time seeing the signs.
He walked him on 4 straight after 2 easy outs. Chipper, who's been struggling, coaxes a walk. Here's Andrew, who's also been struggling, though he has 3 hits in the last 2 nights. He has struck out twice and singled to right this evening. 1 more base runner brings a potential tying run to the plate. It's 5-2 Montreal. We are in the bottom of the 8th. Vinny Castilla moves on deck. Right in there with a fastball. Now they call that 85 miles an hour. That's, was it a hook?
Yeah,
it looked
slider.
like a fastball to me.
It's because it was hanging. That was a good pitch to hit. Stayed right on the same plane. Almost left another one in there.
A ball and a strike. Runner at first, 2 down. And he's in the hole, 1 and 2.
Can't count Atlanta out, no matter how well they've been handled tonight since the first inning by Cologne and now Tucker, because the way things are going for the Braves, everything's been bouncing right.
Get the bases loaded. Matt Franco will hit another grand slam and we'll all go home.
He's ready.
The 1-2 pitch. It's even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He got him looking, and the inning is over. Andrew argues about it, but he's out on strikes. So Tucker gets through the 8th in good shape. No hits, no runs, no errors. 1 left at the end of 8 complete. Your score: Montreal 5, Atlanta 2.
4th of July. Start your weekend off with a bang. Everybody down! The Big Bang on TBS Superstation. An awesome display of movies exploding with spectacular stars.
Must be a million of them.
They ain't getting a TV.
Jack, Arnold, George, Carrie, and Bacon.
Absolutely mind-boggling.
Light fuse. Watch sparks fly. The Big Bang. All day, Thursday and Friday on TBS Superstation.
We need a new deck.
A new deck?
Yeah. It says right here in the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to be happy, we need a deck.
Sure, that works.
How about a pool?
It's the Home Depot's July 4th event. Start your next project, big or small, and pay nothing until July 2003 on purchases of $2.99 or more. You'll also get an extra 40% off yellow tag items throughout the store. Only at the Home Depot and Expo Design Center.
Introducing the 240 horsepower four-wheel drive Pilot, built by Honda. Slower traffic, please keep to the right.
I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? Ask your doctor if a free sample's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor.
Let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule for you before we get to the All-Star break. Here's what's going to be coming your way. Thursday night will be on Turner South for you folks in the Southeast, then 2 games on the Superstation, and the last game before the break also on Turner South. And you'll note that those starting times for the Turner South games, 6:45 on Thursday is our broadcast time. There will be a pregame show hosted by Dusty Rhodes and Mike Bell, and likewise on Sunday at 12:45 for those starting times.
Kerry Lichtenberg on to pitch as we go to the 9th inning, and Andres Galarraga takes it high. 1 ball, no strikes. Grabowski, an inning, 2 hits, no runs. High pop. Franco in foul territory. 1 out. Looking ahead to the Atlanta half of the 9th inning. Castillo, Lopez, Lockhart. If anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Orlando Cabrera has flied to left, flied to right, and hit into a force play. He's 0 for 3. That's out of play. 0-1. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball caught the outside corner. It's 0-2.
Carey's ERA may not be down in the ones yet, but it's headed in the right direction. Down to 2.02 after that out.
One and two the count. Right back where it came from. Carey pounces on it. 2 out. And here's Barrett, who started the 5-run uprising in the 6th with a first pitch home run.
Hit it hard too off Damian Moss, a changeup that stayed out over the plate. He was able to keep his hands back long enough to drive his 8th home run of the year into the left field bleachers.
After that, Colon struck out, Macias singled, Vidros struck out, Guerrero singled, Cordero walked, and Tatis hit a grand slam. Broken bat in front of Sheffield. A 2-out single and a 2-for-4 night so far for Michael Barrett. And as it worked out to this point, that's the ball game.
That walk to Will Cordero, very instrumental in setting up that grand slam. Damian just couldn't get by him.
Brad Wilkerson hits for the first time in the game. He came in as part of a double switch a couple of innings ago. Runner at first, 2 out. Macias would be next. High pop left side. Nobody can get it. It's in the seats.
That center field job for the Expos belonged to Peter Bergeron the last couple of years. They've been waiting for him to come on after acquiring him from the Dodgers, but things just haven't worked out. Wilkerson took over out there, started playing well. They traded for Macias, who has platooned in center field with Wilkerson, and now they've got a pretty good 1-2 punch out there, and Bergeron's back in AAA.
The 1-1 hit pretty well, but Chipper is playing very deep. And he hauls it in, and the inning is over. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Montreal leads at 5-2.
On Movies for Guys, Roger Moore.
I was hoping we'd spend the evening together.
Christopher Walken.
I'm happiest in the saddle.
And Tanya Roberts.
Oh, gee.
A View to a Kill. Next on TBS Superstation.
This is Bill. Bill is installing a new belt on his car. The belt he purchased isn't exactly right, but it seemed like a bargain, and Bill's determined to get it on there. That one might be a little tight, Bill. Here's the deal. At Napa, we not only carry the right part, we've got the know-how to make sure that's what you leave the store with.
What do you love about America Online?
Paywell has kept me in contact with all my friends, my family.
You've got mail.
Everything I need, all in one place.
The people at AOL help me do everything.
With parental controls, I feel better about my kids being online.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Looking for high voltage energy that tastes great? Try new Centrum Performance Energy Bars. Shockingly great taste. Plus, all the energy you'd expect from Centrum Performance. New Centrum Performance Energy Bars. Taste the energy.
Introducing the Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller.
a whole new way to paint. One touch lets you control the paint. The exclusive Smooth Flow system makes painting neat, quick, easy. The amazing Wagner Quick Touch for professional results fast. The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller, a faster way to paint.
Hey fans, check out what's coming to TBS.
This 4th of July, The Big Bang on TBS Superstation.
Everybody down!
An awesome display of movies, exploding with spectacular stars. Watch sparks fly, The Big Bang, all day, Thursday and Friday on TBS Superstation.
We go to the bottom half of the ninth. Sorry, Joe. Vinny Castile leads it off.
No trouble.
0-1 the count. T.J. Tucker trying to record the save.
Frank Robinson, you talked about their bullpen, Skip, having a lot of guys with saves and some accumulating some pretty good numbers. And it's obvious that if he brings in one guy late in the ballgame, if he pitched well, he's going to leave him in there. Tucker walked one batter in the 8th that struck out Andrew to end the inning, and he's going to get a chance to get his 5th save.
A little bit outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Vinny's hit the ball sharply some tonight, but he's got nothing to show for it. He's 0 for 3. 3-run difference in the game. Two balls, 2 strikes. This is the pitch Tucker wants to have it happen on. He doesn't want to go 3-2.
He's missing a lot with that slider. Struck out Andrew with a high curve. And there's one.
Yeah, it was a good pitch. Castillo's out of there. Strikeout number 2 for Tucker. Colon, by the way, my understanding is he had in his Cleveland contract a clause that said if he made the All-Star team, he makes a $100,000 bonus. And of course, being traded to the National League where he has no record, he has no chance of making the All-Star team, whereas in the American League he probably would have.
Most definitely with the 2nd best ERA in the league.
Sharply hit. Tatis sidearms to first. Lopez is out. 2 are down. Of course, the other way to look at it is with these prices, you ought to make the All-Star team anyway.
I don't know what Bartolo's making. He's in his 5th year in the big leagues. He's doing all right. But I don't know that he's got a long-term deal that was paying him a lot of money, unless he was one of those guys with Cleveland that John Hart gave some money to avoid some arbitration cases, in which case that $100,000 might be a paltry sum.
Into short center field. Who wants it? Nobody. And the Braves are still alive. And here's Matt Franco. A little bloop off the bat of Lockhart. I'm frankly surprised Macias was playing him as deep as he was. Franco was the hero last night. All he can do now is get on base.
Here's 2 of the 3 guys we talked about at the start of the broadcast and what they've been doing, and keeps the game alive with that little bloop, and Franco with a chance to extend the inning too.
Michael Barrett calls time and goes to the mound to talk with his pitcher. I'll bet that's something baseball really never thought about, going back to that, if I'm correct in the understanding that he would have gotten a $100,000 bonus had he been with Cleveland and made the All-Star team. It's really not fair to him if a trade deprives him of a chance to make that money. But
out of his hands with his time of service, he didn't have the luxury of vetoing the deal. But he most certainly would have been selected to be on the team with a 10-4 record and a .255 ERA.
Runner at first, 2 out. Braves need another base runner to have a chance. Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. T.J. Tucker seeking his 5th save of the year.
Matt's home run last night on a pitch down and in. They start him with a fastball away.
2-0. A walk would be nice. Top of the order, Rafael Furcal would be next. Frank Robinson comes out with a 2-0 count.
And said that's enough. He wants the left-hander.
Well, I'm going to try to first guess this move. Boy, if you're going to make that move, make the move and give your pitcher a chance to start fresh rather than like this.
I agree.
Scott Stewart will get the call, and we'll be back after this.
Relax, we got supplemental insurance.
What are you talking about?
If we get injured and miss work, we're covered for things like lost pay and other expenses with this.
With what?
Plus, they pay you cash. Great, huh?
Who does? Aflac.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Congratulations, my friend. Your youthful curiosity has served you well, and you will be rewarded with a nice vanilla Coke. I believe you'll find a delicate hint of vanilla flavor alluring, the taste smooth. It's a beautiful thing. Thanks for stopping by. Jimmy, reward your curiosity with new vanilla Coke.
Stewart takes his warm-up tosses. Another big guy, 6'2", 225-pounder, born in Brockton, Mass. Lives now in Stanley, North Carolina. Last year, 3-1 with the Expos in 62 games.
And 3-1 this year and pitching lights out. See his ERA of 179. And check out the strikeouts, the innings pitched, 44 in 40 innings. Left-handers are only hitting 156 against him, and as a result, Bobby Cox has taken Matt Franco out of the batter's box, and Wes Helms will step in there with a 2-0 count on him.
So the wheel's really spinning here. 5-2 is our score. Braves need to get Helms on base. Home runs, fine. Air, single, hit batsman, anything to bring the tying run to the plate.
You know, it could be that Stewart hadn't gotten loose yet. Frank didn't have him up until after that hit by Lockhart. And when the Braves used the left-handed pinch hitter, Stewart started throwing, and maybe Frank had to wait a couple of pitches before Stewart says, yeah, I've thrown enough, I'll be ready.
Well, here we go. Wes Helms stands in. A runner at first, 2 out. 5-2 the score. At 1.79 earned run average, pretty impressive. High pop on the first pitch on a 2-0 pitch. With a new pitcher in the game, I can't believe it. Helms pops to right, and Stewart throws one pitch, and the ball game is over. And he gets a save. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 left. Final score, 5-2 Expos. Totals and highlights after this.
Nothing in the world excites your senses like touring on a motorcycle. And there's no touring motorcycle in the world like the Honda Goldwing 1800, the motorcycle of the year. Experience for yourself the ultimate in luxury and how easy it is to ride with a Goldwing test ride. To find a dealer, go on Honda.com. And with 2.9% financing, one ride could lead to the journey of a lifetime.
Relax.
talking about?
If we get injured and miss work, we're covered for things like lost pay and other expenses with this.
With what?
Plus, they pay you cash. Great, huh?
Who does? Aflac.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? Ask your doctor if a free sample's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor. I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? Ask your doctor if a free sample's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor.
An accommodating leather-trimmed interior. 3 spacious rows of seating. It's very refined. Introducing the 240 horsepower Pilot, built by Honda.
Atlanta Braves Baseball on TBS Superstation is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. By Aflac. Ask about it at work. By Office Depot. What you need to know. And by The Home Depot. Driving down the cost of home improvement.
Aaron Andrews at TBS Sports Control. One final update for you from the studio. Earlier tonight, we showed you Lance Berkman tying Sammy Sosa for the Major League lead with 27 homers. Well, Sosa regained the lead at Pro Player Stadium tonight. Top of the 5th, Sosa with a 2-run shot off the top of the wall and left. But that wouldn't matter. Florida goes on to win this game 9-7. To Coors Field we go. Giants and Rockies. Top of the 1st, Giants up 2-0. Shioshi Chinjo, bases loaded for him, a grand slam off of former Brave Denny Nagel. David Bell would also knock a 2-run shot off of Nagel in the 1st. Rough night for Nagel. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 10 hits and 10 earned runs. That'll do it from TBS Sports Control. We'll see you back here on Friday night at 7:30 as the Braves take on the Cubs in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Back to you, Joe.
All right, Aaron, thanks a lot. Yeah, the Braves have their 5-game winning streak snapped tonight, and it started in the 6th inning. Braves had a 2-0 lead, cruising along. Damian Moss was doing just fine, and then a hanging changeup to Michael Barrett opened up the floodgates. His 8th home run of the year, and then to cap it off, a grand slam by Fernando Tatis to the opposite field, his 2nd home run in as many nights, and Tatis with his 11th home run of the year. And a 5-run 6th inning did all the damage tonight for the Expos. They stranded only 4 batters. The Braves stranded 7. Colon wins his first National League start. Damian Moss suffers his first loss at Turner Field this year. Stewart gets the save. And the Braves, even though they did lose tonight and lost a game to the Expos, still lead by 8.5 over Montreal and 9 over Florida.
And for the latest scores, in-depth analysis at CNNSI.com, Sports Illustrated at CNN Speed. Our next Braves telecast Thursday at 6:45 Eastern on Turner South. Braves and the Cubs get together. And our next TBS game will be Friday against those self-same Cubs at 7:30. Coming up next on the Superstation, Roger Moore stars in A View to a Kill. For Joe and our entire TBS crew, Skip Carey from Turner Field. So long, everybody.
The preceding has been a presentation of TBS Sports.
He pitched a masterpiece. And what people found out, I know Dom Cheadle used to work for the Indians, now with the Rangers, is a great pitching guy, said he really believes that Colon was the best starting pitcher in the league. See, where Michael Barrett is set up, he keeps hitting it there, bam. Breaking ball, down he goes. He sets up outside, he runs it back in. He sets up inside, he's got the good heat up in the, gets him off the plate, and then bam. That ball is so explosive, Sheffield couldn't hang up, and then he gets the ball up on the outside corner. This was a really, really good performance. He struggled a little bit early with his command, but it was a bad break to give up one of the runs. But now, I mean, I think the Expos still hope, when they, as long as they have Colon and Vasquez and Armas and Tomo Oka, they have a chance. They'd like to do a few more other things, but let's face it, Major League Baseball is not going to let them increase budget.
Well, the other big-time debut tonight was Raul Mondesi. New York reached base 4 times in his Yankee debut, but even though the Yankees won, the show was stolen by Jim Thome. 6th consecutive game with a home run. This guy's supposedly heading out of town in Cleveland, but he's the most tenured position player there. Been there since 1990. This home run barrage, is this going to maybe keep him there?
Well, I think it may. I mean, he doesn't want to leave Cleveland. He has told the Indians that he would go if it was the right trade. It really helped the Indians, and they would reconsider signing him at the end of the season again as a free agent. But Mark Shapiro, the general manager, says they have to get the same kind of deal that they got for Colon to move Thome. I don't think they're going to get that. Boston hasn't got it to give up. Atlanta doesn't have it to give up. I don't see anywhere else he's going to go. I think he'll stay in Cleveland. I think they might trade Burks and Finley and a couple other people like that. But to me, if they let Thome go, they may see that attendance go to 1.5 million. And while they might be very good 2 years from now, maybe take more than winning to get the fans back.
It's amazing. And a place that they always sold it. One place that Thome is not going is the All-Star game. Even though he has 25 home runs. The most home runs by a player to the All-Star break did not make the All-Star team was Sammy Sosa with 27. And Thome has still got 5 games to go on that front.
Well, I mean, I cannot understand how Maglio Ordonez and Jim Thome are not on the All-Star team, but that's another issue entirely.
For another time to come. Maybe we'll talk about that Wednesday night. Thank you so much. Thanks, baseball tonight, top of the hour on ESPN.
Coming up, just in case you missed any of the many top plays in the first 2/3 of the show, no worries, we've got your back in the SportsCenter Spotlight. And when the celebration crossed the line, go too far, deserving of a little retaliation. We know. We'll show next.
It's the 10th annual ESPY Awards, hosted by Samuel L. Jackson.
We're gonna have a funky good time.
It's so much fun.
With live performances by Snoop Dogg, Bootsy Collins, the original P-Funk, and Carlos Santana. Wednesday, July 10th, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my They have a story to tell, and they tell it in song.
And it's bad, Leroy Brown.
TV Music for You presents Once Upon a Song. 34 great hits performed by the world's best-loved musical storytellers.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you.
I learned the truth at 17, that love was meant for beauty queens.
And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon.
Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose.
Once Upon a Song brings you over 2 hours of classic story songs by the artists who made them famous.
Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I'll tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue.
I heard my mama cry. I heard her pray the night Chicago died.
That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia.
I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Mama told me not to come.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal.
Today, Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain.
The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA.
May as well go on as I did on my own.
Once Upon a Song on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs. This offer is not available in stores, so order now. Call this toll-free number now to order Once Upon a Song. 2 cassettes, $21.99, 2 CDs, $26.99, plus shipping and handling. Have your credit card ready and call now.
Big game you'll see throughout baseball tonight going on in Arizona between the Dodgers and Diamondbacks in the 6th inning with 2 on. Brian Jordan rips this one off the wall. Eric Karros coming all the way around from first to throw the play at the plate. Karros is safe. Ball gets away, and Brian Jordan, the cornerback in him, coming all the way around to score. Rick Helling drops the ball, can't block the plate. Run scores. Rick Helling, we don't know if he got hurt on that play or this was potentially in retaliation, but the next batter, Adrian Beltre, look out. It's right in between the numbers in the back, and that got people staring and stalking and coming out of the benches. Wild game going on in Arizona.
If I want to send someone a message, I simply email them. But in team sports, sending a message takes on a different meaning. In basketball, a message is sent by swinging your elbows after ripping down a rebound. In football, with a well-timed late hit. In hockey, a cheap shot late in the game. And in baseball, a little chin music usually gets the job done. As Jason Stark reports, there are many reasons to send a baseball message, but the delivery is always the same.
To plunk or not to plunk? That is the question. In baseball, it's an age-old question. It didn't begin the day Mike Piazza stepped in to face Roger Clemens. It didn't begin when Barry Bonds started getting drilled by the Devil Rays. As long as hitters have been watching little white balls head for their noggins, baseball people have been asking, did he do that on purpose? And now, should we do that to them?
If I'm catching and a guy just is killing us, hey, I'm going to send a little message.
You definitely have to stand up for some of your players.
You have to protect your teammates. I mean, this is your family for the summer.
But what happens when both teams think the other is throwing at them? In late April, the Reds and Giants showed everybody what happens.
Look out. Felix is a setup guy, and that clips Casey on the arm. Wow.
And David Bell takes one for the team.
There was nothing there for a reason for Gabe to throw at Barry Bonds. You know, there's no bad blood. There was nothing. You know, he threw that ball inside and he got away from him a little bit, and the next thing you know, the next guy come in and they hit our guy in the head. You know, I think that was ridiculous.
I think it was intentional, but I understand it. I understand that they're trying to protect their players and trying to protect Bonds or whatever. But you know, for me, it was too high up and in, I thought.
If you feel like another team's hitting your player on purpose, and you know, as a pitcher, you have to go in there and try to stop it as soon as possible. Jose Rio did that against Giants. You know, hit the first player and that was it. Both benches were warned, and you know, no one ever threw at another player the rest of the time.
But a few weeks later, after Bonds was drilled again by Roger Clemens, then was buzzed by Tampa Bay's Travis Harper, he threatened to defend himself if his pitchers wouldn't do it. Which tells us that, after all these years, there still is no clear-cut code for when a pitcher should retaliate or even how.
If a guy hits a homer off of me, you know, I don't retaliate for giving up a homer. But, you know, if the guy hits a homer and stands there and watches it for, you know, 5 seconds and flips his bat and trots to first and, you know, does the moonwalk coming around second base, you know, it's a little extreme.
There are certain codes in the game that you still follow. You don't want to show up another team or another player. You don't want to embarrass them, and if you do, you deserve to be hit. For instance, trying to steal a base up 7 runs in the 8th inning is one of those codes that shouldn't be broken.
Sometimes a manager just decides that, you know, it's time to retaliate, you know, for something that may have, you know, like the Roger Clemens thing happened a couple years ago. So players never forget.
I remember very vividly early in my career an incident happened in Boston, and one of our older pitchers wanted to have a meeting and say that we needed to retaliate for what had happened, and immediately Sparky Anderson had stepped in and said that I'll be the only one calling meetings around here, and I will determine what we do or when we retaliate, not you.
My only thing is there's a right way to retaliate and a wrong way. The wrong way is if you try to throw somebody's head.
You never want to hurt anybody, and usually you don't hurt anybody in the ribs.
Throw in the bag, get the point across, and call it a day. You know, I think that's how it should be played.
But even in an age when the hit-by-pitch rate is higher than it's been in all but one season since 1920, Scott Williamson's definition of when to call it a day may not match how Bob Gibson defined it 30 years ago.
Back in the old days, guys that would have hit a home run and been pointing to the sky and doing that little loop-de-loop thing and stuff like that, Bob Gibson would have took their head off.
Some guys get thrown at, and then they start bitching and complaining automatically. You know,
I wonder what Bob Gibson would say about this. It's not old school baseball anymore.
Some examples of taunting, perhaps. How about blowing bubbles and staring at your home run going out, Steve? How about that?
One example. How about, remember Mel Hall? Another guy, never in a hurry to run out a home run. And that's not even in slow motion.
You know, beanballs aren't required only in baseball. How about this South Korean soccer team here, the World Cup? Mine eyes have seen the icky shuffle.
To the hardwood we go. Should Antoine Walker get beaned with that little shimmy he does?
How about beanballs in golf? Remember back in the 97 U.S. amateur Larry Seligman? This is how he saluted the crowd by making his putt. Little birdie being flipped. Yeah, woo-hoo, dude! Yeah, way to go, buddy.
To the ice now. How about if you were facing Theo Fleury? Would you hit him with a fastball? The chicken dance.
Well, how about retaliation for Terrell Owens? You know, when he did this, there was immediate retaliation. George Teague hitting him. How about that?
It's a pretty obvious one. How about Dikembe Mutombo? What would a baseball pitcher do if he waved his hand in your face?
And you've got to bean trash-talking bowlers, Steve. I think that's a requirement. How about Pete Weber? This guy, take a chill pill, dude.
You're number one.
If you, like Larry Seligman. Hey, still to come on SportsCenter, plays that are only the top ones.
New Trident White. Smile brighter.
Introducing the Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller. A whole new way to paint. One touch lets you control the paint. The exclusive Smooth Flow system makes painting neat, quick, easy. The amazing Wagner Quick Touch for professional results fast. The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller, a faster way to paint.
New this fall on ABC, from executive producers Ben Affleck and Sean Bailey, comes a new drama that pushes the limits of television.
How far away is Push, Nevada?
A mystery you can solve.
What are you looking for in this town, Jim?
A game you can play.
You know this girl?
A lot of money you can win.
You notice anything unusual about this place? It's hotter than it looks.
Push, Nevada. New this fall on ABC.
This is the Bowflex Power Pro. Quite possibly the most effective home fitness machine ever made. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. You can own a Bowflex with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, or visit us on the web today. Redefine your body with Bowflex.
If you wake up sore, stiff, with back, neck, or shoulder pain, wishing for a great night's sleep, call for this free Better Sleep and Gift Catalog featuring 3 free fabulous gifts. Choose a free camcorder, free digital camera, or free DVD player, free with purchase of any Craftmatic Monaco adjustable bed. To receive your free Better Sleep and Gift Catalog with free information on the adjustable bed that costs 50% less than many quality flat beds, call now.
Call toll-free 1-800-344-8300. That's 1-800-344-8300. Call now.
Have you had enough all-star voting conversation? Here's a relatively fresh twist. This just in from the 1.1 million paper all-star ballots that made it all the way from Japan. Ichiro finished second in that popularity vote.
Shinjo of San Francisco outpolled Ichiro, snagging 155,000 more votes than Ichiro, although many in the Osaka prefecture apparently thought they were voting for Pat Buchanan. And now top plays, including the place to be today, Brasilia, Brazil. Talk about partay. Yeah, 500,000 people welcoming home the World Cup champs.
This is kind of out of the box, but it's some sport. Steve Fawcett on his 6th attempt, first man to fly a balloon around the world by himself.
And Wendell McGee losing his bat, the bat around the world in 80 days there. How about that?
I like it.
You do. Wendell McGee is Phineas Fogg.
How about Jim Thome? Not flashing the wood, flashing the leather. Diving to his right in the flip to get Bernie, and he wasn't done.
He's not done. Homer's in his 6th consecutive game and a couple web gems, starting the 1-6-3 double play right there. And again, he's not an all-star.
Might have been the 31st. Craig Biggio's son Connor stopped by the booth.
He had a backhand, and good throw to first, good play.
Might as well call this adorable plays.
Can you feel is going to happen this time? You have
He may hit a homer.
Target's inside.
Well, just off. How about a hard hit? A hard single through the hole. Good job, Connor.
Right now, Howard Reynolds and Peter Gammons are quaking in their boots. Connor may have their jobs. We'll see how they prove themselves on Baseball Tonight on ESPN in a matter of minutes.
Look, this is a dirty fuel injector. This is a clean one. As you can see, cleaner works better. That's why I use STP fuel injector cleaner in my car. I add STP every time I change my oil. STP, it's basic car maintenance.
Want to spice up your night? When it's late, think outside the bun.
Mr. Dumbass, I can bring a lot to Dumbass and Dumbass. I'm a go-getter. Dumbass material all the way. So, am I your man, Mr. Dumbass?
The name is Dumas. That's pretty thick-headed, but nothing compared to the rich, thick, frosty mug taste of an A&W root beer. With A&W, it's good to be thick-headed.
What a dumbass.
Ken Schrader and Boris Set for Federated Auto Parts.
Competition's tough out there.
You gotta be smart to stay ahead.
These guys could be rocket scientists.
Actually, the expansion of the vehicle population, technical innovations, and parts proliferation have impacted the professional automotive technician to an even greater extent.
What he means is it's important to find a technician who uses top quality parts.
For top quality, name brand parts and professional service you can trust, visit a Federated Car Care Center.
Hey, we're better than rocket scientists. We can actually fix your car.
Sports Center, brought to you by Olympic Stain, America's most trusted brand since 1938.
What better night to watch baseball tonight? 54 home runs already hit tonight.
See every single one of them. Baseball Tonight, over on ESPN right now. Good night.
Welcome to EXPN Today. We're coming to you from Trestles, one of the best surf spots in Southern California. Plus, we're hanging out with Nathan Fletcher. We've got a new film coming out that you need to know about. We got more surfing from Fiji, and we went on the road with Blink 182. You're watching EXPN Today. Do not adjust your camera. There is a black man carrying a surfboard on your television. Hey, Soundmaster Kayla here with you. We are on our way to Trestles. This is my man Justin. Taught me to surf, so I figured he should be here for the show. What's up, bro? Anyway, it's summertime, you know, and we should go surfing, because that's what you do in the summer. Meanwhile, you're going to hang out with Blink 182, because we caught up with them on the road, and they like us, and they like you. I'm Tom. Travis. I play drums and act like an idiot. I play guitar and I sing. In the car, I just can't wait to pick you up on our very first date. Beautifully for the children of America and the world. Is it wrong if I think it's lame to dance? Do you like my stupid hair? You write something musically and you go, okay, well this sounds like it's a sad song or a happy song. And you know, you try and draw from something that happened in your life, so it's real. You know, we like to sing about real things. We just kind of grew up in that Southern California lifestyle, you know, where it's a lot of punk rock and a lot of skateboarding and running around with no responsibility, I guess, and then you kind of end up getting paid for it somewhere later. I wanted to be professional, but I sucked. I was like, I knew how to play drums, pretty good. Studied jazz, all this stuff, and then I sold my drums and I bought a skateboard. Skateboarded for like 6 years, but never got to the point where I knew I could do it. I thought skateboarding would never get bigger than it was when I was in like 7th or 8th grade, because it was gigantic at that point. Everyone did it, you know, and I thought like, wow, this is big, but now it's like a whole different level. I just went and seen Ultimate X last night. It was awesome, man. I enjoyed it. I mean, seeing like Tony Hawk on IMAX Theater do the 900 and Von Berquist run was amazing. Still like good freestyle footage, like the motocross, Travis Pastrana. And who else? There was a bunch of good things, man. It was so good.
Let's go, don't wait. This night's almost over. On it.
Music is kind of a product of a lifestyle. You can always tell what a kid listens to by the way they look and they dress and how they act and who they hang out with, you know? And it's only with music that happens.
Look at this. See, that right there is why we didn't take the tracks, because we were doing a big Stand By Me imitation. Anyway, we're making our way. What's up?
Hey, my big. Bartolo Colonna. Sack fly. Vladimir Guerrero lost in the lights. E9, Franco, he hustles into third. And Cologne finds himself down 1-0. So wait a minute. Defense in Cleveland didn't do that stuff. 2-1 Braves. His offense wasn't doing a lot of this, though. Fernando Tatis with the bases loaded. Bada bing. After a couple of walks, a first pitch strike, and Tatis drove it out. 5-2 Spos. Here's Chipper. There's Bartolo painting.
Well,
he had 6 Ks,
He's got such great stuff, and you got a chance to see it a little bit right there. But so anytime you can reach back and throw a ball 98 miles an hour in the 6th or 7th inning.
It was amazing. He was hitting the spots, setting a Michael Barrett, and his fastball was running on both sides of the plate, all over the plate, running back over the plate, off the plate. It was some performance. Only the Braves' second loss in their last 13 games. And he's also 4-0 in National League games. That's right. He came in 12-2 against National League teams, so he is familiar at least with winning against National League teams. The Braves have become very familiar with winning all of a sudden. You saw that series up at Fenway Park. Do they look like a different team? Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's why this game was so important. The Braves are off on a run that could leave the Expos so far back they're wondering what in the world will they do on July 31st. But they got a lot of things going. Chipper is slowly but surely getting there. And Harold, I've always believed he's one of the greatest September players in the game. That stroke is starting to come back now.
Loves the pressure.
Now you get him. Gary Sheffield is swinging the bat a lot better. That's really important. The lineup is lengthening out. Here's Javi Lopez. He's finally relaxed. I think he's completely healthy, but his swing is finally coming back, going the other way, which he wasn't doing earlier.
Being in shape.
I think it's just in shape. He's much quicker, but also his natural stroke is to hit the ball center field, right center field. He's back on that again. And this guy is playing out of his mind. Bobby Cox was pretty upset he wasn't on the All-Star team, but his defense has been outstanding lately. In fact, their whole defense has been. Vinny Castillo's played as well as he ever has. Keith Lockhart has played really well. And Furcal has been absolutely brilliant. You know, he started out early in the season. Yeah, he struggled, Carl, but he's playing great now. And they are, boy, this is as good a Brave team as I can remember in a while. That was missing, and you had to be like everybody else. Very impressed with the back end of that bullpen. John Smoltz is lights out. We continue. Indians and the Yankees, and obviously the Yankees keeping their eye on Cologne. He left Cleveland. Mondesi has now joined the Yankees. And hats off to Jim Thome. Are you kidding me? 6th straight game with a home run. Major League record is 8. 3 guys have done it. Thome's 25th of the season goes upper deck.
I remember what Don Mattingly did.
Yep. Griffey's done it. Yep. Mondesi starts in, had to about face and make a nice leaping catch. That'll endear him to the hometown crowd, and so will some offense. Same score, bottom 2. He makes his first plate appearance, and Ryan Dries walks him on 5 pitches. But where he is in the order really helps him, too.
Well, here's another thing. Even though he gets thrown out here, this is another element. A great pick and tag by Omar Vizquel. Probably the best hands I've ever seen in Mr. Vizquel.
Dries then hits Mondesi on the arm. He'd eventually scored a sac fly. Top 6, tied at 3. Lawton's already left. Looks like he does it again. Mondesi chases. Ball bounces right to him.
Well, here's the other thing, Carl. That's just respect. I mean, obviously, you're not going to run a lot of guys on that play, but as soon as that ball's hit there, you're not going. You know it's not 2. They end up getting a double play later.
He hits the ball down and hard at Travis Kleiman, who couldn't handle it. Mondesi on for the 3rd time.
Now he's up and men on first and third. Welcome to the Yankees.
That was a nice piece of hitting. You know, Harold, he was swinging at everything in Toronto. We saw some great at-bats against Greece in that last one.
Uh-oh, Jorge Posada, they're loaded. Get out of town. A grand slam off Jared Riggin, and Posada's 14th homer of the season blows the doors off of this one. 10-5, Yankees take care of the Indians. Yep, this is the beginning of grand slams, folks. Jeter goes 3 for 5. Clemens 5 innings. He had to leave with some leg cramps, but a very nice debut for Raul Mondesi in pinstripes. All right, folks, the guys who were voted in by you, the voting public, online. Andrew Jones, he's the National League's 30th man. He will be in Milwaukee as part of the Atlanta Braves contingent. He edges out Brian Giles. From the American League, Johnny Damon gets the nod over Jim Tomei. Did the Governor Lou Merlone help? He went on the Red Sox cable station after Game 1 of the doubleheader and pleaded fans to come out and vote.
Damon is going. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He's so eloquent.
It worked. On deck, the Reds and the Blues. Web Gems ahead. Barry, is he your National League MVP? We're about midway through the season. We'll discuss that. And the Web Gems of June. All the great plays. You do not want to miss any of that. Also ahead here on Baseball Tonight, we'll tell you why good things came in threes for the Cards against the Padres. Offensively, folks, one of the biggest nights of the season. Lance's 3-homer game earlier this year. He tried to repeat the feat on Tuesday.
Okay, I'm ready.
The new Mountain Dew Blue Shock Slurpee, only at 7-Eleven.
At Midas, our knowledgeable technicians love cars. It's all we think about. Sad.
Come in for great deals during Midas's National Break event. Midas, we do that.
Oh, baby, is that you? Baby, you've changed.
Nestle introduces the best-tasting baby Ruth ever with a tastier, softer center. America's baby just got better.
Come on, we're going car shopping.
In Dublin, Ohio, home of Wendy's, things are looking up. One reason is Wendy's Super Value Menu. Junior bacon cheeseburgers, drinks, fries, all just 99 cents each. So we have money left for the things we need.
Get a grip.
Wendy's, it's better here.
What our engineers learn from racing ultimately makes it to the streets. So to us, the finish line is just the beginning.
Here, fishy, fishy.
Here, fishy, fishy.
Captain Ahab, dream coach of the great outdoor games.
You
might want to try it.
Silence, knave. There's not a ship I can't captain. Nah, I'd go with the chartreuse spinnerbait. The green whalehead's yours. She's turning to ram us.
See what it takes to be a champion. Great outdoor games presented by Dodge. July 20th through 23rd on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC.
All right, back on Baseball Tonight. Talked about closing in on that home run record for a single day and night. Mike Cameron just leaves. A 3-run home run ties this game in the 6th at home. It's the 55th home run hit today. The Major League record is 57. So we are 2 shy in a 5-5 game as they play.
So log in and tell us if you think they'll break it or not.
The bottom of the 6th, yeah, log in. They're all logging out tonight.
Yes.
Baseball Tonight, brought to you by your neighborhood 7-Eleven store. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Back on Baseball Tonight, Houston, Cincinnati. Look at Lance Berkman. He enters tonight with 4 home runs at Synergy Field. Let's flash back when he went yard 1, 2, 3 times against the Reds. That was April 16th of this season. So 3 bombs in 1 game. Let's jump to the present. Top of the first at bat. Joey Hamilton, 1 on. Goodbye. No, he didn't. Well, he did at least once. Astros are up 2-zip. Next, Berkman at bat, top 3, 2 on against Hamilton. Second pitch.
See, I love how he just sets the bat down like, okay, I did my set it down.
That looked like a fly ball to shallow center. Fifth RBI of the game, 27 home runs this season. Adams
this
done.
one. Baseball's best young player.
Red facade. 421 feet it measures at. A 5-2 Astros lead. Adams gets 16. Lance walking.
Yeah.
He ends up 2 for 3 with the 2 homers, 5 ribeye steaks. Wilton Guerrero against Pedro Bourbon. Here's a squeeze play. Only 1 play to make the first.
Perfect execution.
Tied at 5, bottom 10. Houston up 6-5 after a Zahn sack fly. Jason Maru. Returned by Beige. Double play ends the game. Houston, hello, they win it by a final score of 6-5. So Lance, 5 homers, 12 RBIs in his last 6 games. Astros have won 5-7, and Cincinnati has struggled, losing 8 of 9 at home. Padres, Cards. Bud Smith pitched a no-hitter against the team that traded him last year.
Well, needing 2 starters, they need this guy to start pitching well. Cardinals feel he didn't show up at spring training in the kind of condition they wanted. Still hasn't won a game.
Gant scores Klesko 1-zip. Polanco, Jarvis, hang him, bang him. Polanco's 5th of the season. It's 4-1 now in favor of the Cardinals. Edmonds, same result. Exit stage left, his 16th. It's 5-1. Next batter, Albert Pujols. Why not?
As well.
Back to back to back. Albert's got 18. 6-1 Cards. This is not Kevin Jarvis's best.
Well, Carl, this has nothing to do with steroids or juiced balls or anything else. It has to do with terrible location. Look at the hanging pitch there. Polanco just flips it up and out of the ballpark, hangs it out over the middle of the plate. Another breaking ball that Edmonds drives out the left, and a fastball right in Albert Pujols' wheelhouse.
Wow, that's a problem. So's this. Bases loaded. Tino Martinez goes to the gap. Oh, baby. Vina's going to score. Polanco's coming in. Pujols is in as well. 11-5 Cardinals.